You're going to eat shrooms online, but you can just roll blunts up and smoke them. Whatever. Listen, I got some fucking shit to say. I got a lot of fucking shit to say. Oh, I guess we don't want to cuss too loud out here, right? We're gonna be child sensitive.
Fuck it.
I'm fucking kidding.
Fuck it. Fuck that, yo.
Oh, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been too long.
Meanwhile, I've been a fucking quitting computer machine. Just storing goddamn information. And if you read that goddamn description, you see the same thing that I said to him. We will not fucking die on someone's pay stub. That's simple as that. How many of you have had things that make you happy, right? Here's what happens in society. Everyone has something that makes them happy, and they keep it right fucking here. And then eventually they start realizing, oh, I had a kid. I got to take care of my family. Oh, I got a car payment. Oh, I got a house payment. You got all this shit, and you shove it deep fucking down inside of you. And you forget about it. And those people become the people that want to work 100-hour weeks because now your happiness lies in you making more monetary gain. So you're going to sit here and worry about salary when really you didn't give a fuck about salary. Sometimes you're just that kid who went to fucking sniff crayons or whatever it was that made you happy. At one point, you fucking found something that made you happy and you thought, that's the route I wanted to take. You suppressed that. You forgot about it. It's still deep down in there, but you're just this guy that's going to die with it now down in there. That's never going to fucking happen to me. That's never going to happen. I'm not going to die on another person's pay stub. I'd rather be broke. I'd rather be broke living my own life. It doesn't make... Why do you go and do things for people that don't care about you, right? This is the same thing I was saying to him just a second ago, okay? Steven can tell me what to do. My sisters can tell me what to do. You know, Kay can tell me what to do. Jeff can tell me what to do. People I love and care about, people that I respect, that I look up to. Those are the people that can tell me what to do, that can give me their opinion on my choice and my selection in life. Motherfuckers that don't give a fuck about you at your jobs have you out here thinking that you can't take an extra day off. You might have fucking days. There's people with that half days. There's people at my job who literally don't use their 5 sick days just so they can have that extra check at the end. If that's what you got to do for your kid, that's what you got to do for your kid. I'm not knocking anyone who's doing what they have to. But if you're doing these things because you've now made that your dreams and aspirations, all you're doing is going backwards, man. You've got nothing. You've got nothing to stand on. And the funny thing is everyone in life is always going to think you do. They're not going to see you're a guy on stilts. You're a person on stilts. You're actually on your knees. You've succumbed to everything that they want. You know, it's the same thing like Steve Jobs was saying. You know, it's like they've taken everything from you. You have one thing left. It's your time. That's all that you have. Why are you giving that to people that don't care about you, that don't give a fuck about what happens to you when you go home? I'm not talking about everybody else. I'm talking about me too. I'm doing the same thing. I'm trying to speak from every standpoint. I've been trying to sell people this forever. You know, it's never been clearer in my life than it is now. I've been trying to sell friends, family on this my entire life. I've never had no one try to sell this to me. Why? Where is the person that's thinking like this, went out and did something? I don't care if you went out and became a millionaire. I don't care if you built your own home, got your own land, whatever it is. I just want to hear that you quit exactly what they want, that you took the stilts off, man, that you walk on your own legs again. Fuck. I fucking hate it.
I mean, to go off that, off the jump, it's like coming from someone, I guess doesn't necessarily preach the same type of thing on that type of level, as passionate as you feel about it. I guess the simple only answer I could have for someone thinking like that is, they haven't done it, so it's hard for someone to sit there and say that. You're the guy saying it. I
haven't done it.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, exactly,
But,
exactly.
I mean, there's a lot of things I haven't done. Right? There's a lot. I can tell you that I want to go to the moon, though. I'd go. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean I'm going to get a chance to, but I would go. I can still talk about these things. That's like when somebody says, oh, it is what it is. Say that and let's fight. Can you make 155? Because it's the dumbest shit I ever heard is to say it is what it is. It's like saying I'm okay with being stagnant. Oh, I'm okay with this IQ for the rest of my life. I'm okay with this thought for the rest of my life. I'm okay being with this salary the rest of my life. You don't say it is what it is about anything in life. You constantly make modifications. If something's not right, you fix it. You don't say, oh, it is what it is because I got to pay my rent. Yeah, I got to pay the same rent. I'm doing the same thing. I'm saying it doesn't make sense. You know it doesn't make sense. The same person that's acting like they think it makes sense knows it doesn't make sense. You never grew up saying you went to work 40 hours a week for someone, man. No one said that when they were kids.
Right. No one at all. No one at all. And everyone had an idea of what they were going to do when they were going to get older and what they were going to, move through and, what they were going to attend through and experience through ever. And then, again, you get locked up in the type of system that, they want you to get locked up in.
And
then you,
like you
said, you bury that shit down,
And I'm not trying to say that everyone's I'm not saying everyone's going to start their own business. I'm not saying that. There has to be chiefs and Indians, right?
I think that's something you have to be clear about.
Exactly. You have to, right? But the thing is, right, if I owned a business, you could work for me, right? Because I care about you, Steve. I would care about you as a person. That's what's lost in this capitalistic society that they're selling. These people, you're just a number. Once the assembly line came, that's all you are. You're in the assembly line. If I hired you, I would care about you. Let's go back to that of when someone with more private businesses would be more private employees, right? If I go to who I'm going to hire first my friends that I trust, my family that I trust. Those are my first hires. If everyone did that, we'd have a lot of people that cared about you as employers.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing that you got to be clear about is you're like, where he's not saying like you go out, you start your business, or it's you go out and you do whatever it is that you think it is, whatever you wanted to pursue, whatever you wanted to see, whatever you wanted to do and maintain and work on, whatever you wanted to do, you go out and you do that shit. Now, of course, again, we're both people sitting here that are caught up in that type of system, and we both agree that neither of us are happy in the type of scenarios laid out before us and what we're going through and what we're working through. Of course, we go to work 40 hours a week and we pay rent, how tough it is. But it's tough when you don't want to fucking do it.
And that's the thing,
you don't want to fucking do it.
We had with Gary, right? Where it's like, when I say this, right, I don't mean it as in you. I'm saying for me personally, with my psychological evaluations, no one could ever tell me that they are happy doing that, bro. No one, bro. You can't tell me that you're happy doing that. Even if you say my job's not bad. Like the people I work with are nice. My boss is nice. I make a good amount. You can have all that. You're still not doing what you wanted to do when you were a kid. You still just found a good job. That's nice.
Right.
That's all you found. You still aren't doing what you want to do, bro.
The only thing you're able to do with that money is to, buy a nicer house, buy a nicer car. Maybe take more vacation throughout the year, but still, you're not doing.
I've just never seen something like it, man, where it's just like, people make me feel stupid. And I know I'm not. I know I'm not crazy, man. You guys keep trying to sell me that I'm crazy, and it's just not going to work. And if so, then I'll go die crazy by myself in some damn cave, man. Let's go out and fail, guys. Let's go out and fail. It's okay. Let's just not do what they gave you, man.
And it's
like saying, here's a pile of dog shit. Here's a pile of dog shit with sprinkles. And you chose the pile of dog shit with sprinkles, and you're happy because you don't got the pile of dog shit
without sprinkles.
Exactly. That's like my same argument of when people are like, people that don't want it to be $15 minimum wage. You don't want it to be $15 minimum wage. The people that start at really low amounts and now they make just above. Just like us, right? They make just above, the range of above 15,
Yeah.
They don't want that, right? Because you're so egotistical that you don't want somebody else to get a jump you didn't get. Because now you're like, oh, well, I should get a raise if it got raised. It's not about you, motherfucker. It's about human society. We're trying to improve as a whole. Sometimes people take losses so others can take wins. The only reason you're saying you don't like that is because you wouldn't like for somebody making 15 when you've worked for 10 years to make 24 or whatever, Now you're mad. Oh, he only makes $9 less than me. You've been here for 1 year. Okay, you could be mad.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't let that hold back human progression.
The same thing happened when Maryland passed the 5 day, sick day minimum that everyone has to follow. And everyone was all up in arms. It's like, well, then my company's plans got to change and do this. I already get more than 5. Well, it's like, it's not about you again. I will gladly give up less days so that someone could have some,
right?
Or have any,
right?
Have any. It's like, if I got 10 throughout the year, I'll go back down to 5 with everybody else so that someone can get 5
if that's
from 0.
If that's what it takes.
Exactly.
I don't recommend that. I still believe that you earn things. I still believe in that. All I'm saying is when somebody has none and you have 10, now we have a problem, right?
Exactly.
But obviously you're going, well, you need to give them 5 and I keep my 10. because I've earned this too. You know?
yeah, but again, it is what it is. It's like,
guys, man, just bro, listen to me. We all had a dream. When you were a kid, man, you wanted to be something. And if you didn't want to be something, you liked doing something specifically. All of us had that same exact thing. How many of us do that for a living? Very few. Blame us. Blame us if you want. That's the easy way, right? I should have went to college. I should have did this. I should have did that. I'm not lazy. You know what I mean? I'll work for anything. Show me the route that I can take where I don't got to go into 100 grand in debt, and I'll take it. I'm not afraid to work hard. Just show me the route. There isn't one. That's why you just keep saying that I should go to college.
Yeah, it's not even about like what you want to do as a kid anymore. It's what like there's things that you want to do as a kid, but there's also things that you want to do now as an adult. There's things you want to be now as an adult. There's things that you want to pursue.
Right. You're absolutely right,
and we still don't do them. We still don't do them. We're still not. We
make so many excuses, man. We got so many excuses. It's so easy to make an excuse.
But I mean, it's just like when we were chilling a couple weekends ago. We were just like, it's weird how easy it is to kind of go back and flip that switch back on, just like you're going back into the Monday life.
Right?
Exactly. Go put those work pants back on. Go back to work throughout your 48-hour week and live for the weekend.
Listen, anyone who's ever had a deep shroom trip.
What a terrible fucking saying, yo. Live for the weekend.
You live for 2 out of 7?
Right? What?
What is 7? Like, dude, that's only designed so you can work 5 out of 7. The only reason days are even there, bro. Listen, 1 through 30 makes sense, right? A calendar like that makes sense. 7-day periods that are redone over and over, that's a man-made thing. Nothing's resetting every 7 days. We just send it to the next day, bro. That's how they got us, dog. Just listen to that, people. Why is this not crazy to people, bro? They made up the work week. They decided which days you should work. They decided it should be more time than you don't work.
And they went out and they defined what they think people should work throughout the week. What are the most hours they should work throughout a week? They create the 40-hour work week.
Yeah, and even even nowadays 40's frowned upon, right? It's like I put in 60 last week. I'll never forget. I always remember this one time. We're in a circle of people at a bar. We're just leaving that. We're in a circle of people at a bar, and one of the boys I know, he's like taking a shot. He's like he took a shot, and he's like, oh, we're gonna do one more round. And I remember he's like, fuck it, let's do one more. I'll just work OT for it. And I just looked at him and I was like, you're literally about to spend your time, bro. That's what you just said. You just said you're going to spend your time. You just said you're going to give life away, right? Which we do regardless. But you just acknowledge to yourself, you're going to give life away to take another shot at a bar.
Exactly.
This is a problem, guys.
This is what you're living for now,
bro.
This is what you're living for.
Listen, no matter what, you're going to have work in life, right? You still got to feed yourself. Exactly. I'm not sitting there saying people are going to feed you. I mean, if you can find a finesse, like you're a great painter and you can paint for people that are great farmers, then yeah, I guess you can make shit work like that. But other than that, you're going to still have to work your fields to get your plants. You're still going to have to go hunting if that's what you so choose.
Yeah.
You're still going to have to build your home, maintain your house, all of these things, all of this. This is work. This is your work.
Yeah.
These are type of things that give you satisfaction in life.
It's like, growing up and everyone, especially when people got, really involved with video games and everyone's like, you're not going to go anywhere with video games. You're not going to do anything with video games. And, there was that kid, that person that was just like, I'm going to do something with video games.
Oh, no,
and they go out, they win a competition. They go out, they create a streaming platform. They become the most successful streamer on the internet.
I just seen that Ninja got 6 million to go from Twitch to Google's streaming.
Mixer. Yeah.
6 million.
Yeah.
Just to switch over.
It
was like before you even uploaded a video, it had like 100,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
So that worked for them, right?
It's a similar thing where you're breaking that status quo, just being like, I'm not doing that. This is what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna succeed off
And
of it, whatever
that is
that may be.
awesome.
Again, that's not me saying go out and win $6 million. You know,
Right.
if that's what you want to do, if you want to go compete in competitions, do that. But like, don't just go out and pursue what you want to do, regardless of kind of like what people are telling you, what society kind of tells you. You know exactly. Which is what you're getting at, which is what you're getting at ultimately.
It's like, imagine when you're a kid, you're just like, I want to be president of the United States, and everybody always laughs. Everybody always laughs, bro. You tell your family that, they always laugh. They're like, yeah, you can be anything you want. That's what they tell you, bro. You know, and you're just like, already off the jump, you made things seem like inconceivable. You know what I mean? I always think about like when I have a kid, like I'm just gonna closely watch my kid. And I'm just gonna keep throwing shit at him. Just anything, whatever you can say, pottery. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Wood crafting, fucking screen monitor repair, anything. I'm just gonna keep throwing shit at him. And you can see, man, if you really are a good parent, you watch your kid, you can see if that kid has a passion for that.
Exactly.
Does your kid's eyes light up? Do they not put that down? You know, a kid could go over here and look at this thing for 2 minutes and throw it and break it. And then, you know, probably not interested in that, right?
Yeah, and kids have the ability
now.
Kids have the ability once they're ignited with something like that to just dive in super deeply and just do it all the time because they have so much time and so much fucking brain to apply to that.
If you want to be like great at something, I really think most people have to start as kids, man.
Yeah.
Like I just think about I like thinking about myself. Like I think that I'm like a perfectionist, I like to think that like if I could have just focused on one narrow path, that I probably could have been great at something. Not saying it would have been necessarily what I wanted to do all my life.
Exactly.
But like if I was like, fuck it, man, I fucking love chess.
Exactly.
I'm going for the best.
Could be, you would have just been like, the guy you are now, and you just been like awesome at chess.
Exactly.
Exactly. And it's, again, it's like you gotta pursue those things and find it.
Right. But when your parents have to give it to you when you're young, like you really don't know.
Your parents also have to push you. Yeah, they have to push you to an extent. You got. I think every kid at some point gets pushed through a lesson where they're like, don't give up. Just kind of keep going through it. It's tough. But a lot of people out here don't have those types of figures to push them through things and show provide guidance over things in particular, especially like things like that, to where it's like, well, if you want to learn something, you want to go to guitar lessons, they gotta be able to give it to you. They gotta take you there,
right?
And whatnot.
Well, it's like I always say, it's like with my kid, it's like I don't care what you do. I don't care if you care if you win. Don't care if you lose. Don't care if you succeed or not. If you want to leave whatever it is, right? But there's only one rule, and it's just the fact you got to give 100% effort. That's the only rule that I'll ever have with my kid. It's like whatever you're going to do, you're going to do it with effort. As simple as that. And then that's just personal bias. I like to think that's how I live my life. Like if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it right. Like I hate when you're playing like pick up basketball and people are like, you don't get paid for this. You're like, no, well, obviously I fucking know that because I just got off work. But it doesn't mean I'm going to come out here and play less than I want to play. Like, bro, you don't understand this. Playing this way makes me happy. You know what I mean? Like I'm not playing because I think that I'm going to make the European team or something next year.
Exactly.
Like, I'm playing this way because that's what makes me happy. I like playing like this.
I'm not being super competitive because it's like I'm trying to make all NBA first team. Tomorrow,
I just like busting your ass right here.
Yeah, I'm not planning to go Rucker Park in New York and go ball out in the street court. It's like
yeah, I'm not saying I'm top 100. I'm just saying I'm busting your ass right now.
Exactly. And you're gonna know that. I'm having fun. But yeah, it's really depressing, bro. It really sucks because it's like, when you go through like, things like this and you know in the back of your head what's right. But you wake up that Monday morning and again are defeated. Some people are just like they're beaten. They're kind of like, broken. They're kind of been like formed into like kind of like submission almost, kind of like living this lifestyle of like, because not only do you see like what society kind of has like, expectations from you, but you also see that what other people have for like expectations from you. And, like my grandmother looks at me, everything. She's like, I want to see you go to college. I'm just like, well, I don't necessarily see that for myself, but it's like,
she could also be kind of lost in the times, which I think a lot of people are.
100%.
A lot of people our age realize like we kind of actually missed the little 5-year period of like, it's about like people that are like 29 now.
Yeah.
They were the people that were like in debt because they really didn't hear it as much as we got to hear it. But like by the time we was about 18, 19, you kind of was hearing like before that, really like 16, 17, you're hearing like, yeah, bro, there's people $140,000 in debt and ain't got a job.
Yeah.
You know, there's people out here with fucking. We was in high school. People were like, there's people with diploma or degrees that are working at fast food and shit.
Exactly.
Teachers was saying that.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
You know, so like for us, it's like it wasn't sold like that to us. It was kind of sort of like, look, if you got something specific you want to be, then this is the route you gotta take. So go take it.
Yeah,
but if you don't, then don't put yourself in that debt. That's how I always took it. So for me, it was like, well, I love to go to college, you know, but I don't want to live with that. You know, I'm talking about trying to get out of fucking even making money.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not even trying to deal with that.
Exactly. You don't want to deal.
I finally become free, and then
you don't want to deal with like, and like that's the thing. It's like it's just like a really
crazy amounts.
Well, not even that. Like, you know, as a person, it's like it's invisible. You know what I'm saying? It's like the only thing you ever see is, you know, the college you're going to. You never, and then you just watch this amount get tagged on to you. You know, so like it's like a real huge disconnection from what you're paying. You know what I mean? Because like you never see the amount. Like you never had $100,000 and then put it and paid college with it. You know, you just went to college, and the next thing you know, you're looking at your credit report, and then you see this $100,000 debt on your fucking credit report.
Well,
you know?
It's kind of like that little argument we got into before. You know, about the credit card. You know, it's like I feel that same way. It's the same exact thing right there to me. It's like people are just doing it, you know, and you really don't realize. This ain't the best idea for me. You know, what do all them people do? All them people, they go to college and put you in their majors. A lot of people do that because they weren't sure in the beginning. They weren't sure that that's what they wanted to do.
And you went 2 years and
then you realize
I won't say that you wasted
this
it,
ain't
but
my fucking style.
You know, you really found. I mean, people go 2-3 years and don't finish, and they're just like, "Well, I realized that's not what I wanted to fucking do.
Yeah,
that's not the world you want to be a part of." You know what I mean? You know, and then like, you know, people also would then turn around and put you down for not having some type of college degree or something. You know, there's like, you know, I'm just like, they're like, you know, I'm a mathematician of you know, blah 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 blah, and it's just like, well, you know, it's like I'm over here doing what I do. Like, do you know anything about what I do? You know, I'm an expert in what I do.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly. Well,
you know,
yeah, exactly. Like,
you know, and I'm happy. Are you
like,
fucking
all my
happy?
People always told me like, you seem like you would be in the military. That's what I've always been told. You know, like, oh, you seem like you'd be a soldier. You make a really good soldier. I'm like, you're not even a soldier, dude.
Is that a compliment?
Dude, you're not even a soldier. Like, thanks, Mom.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, what? How do you know? Yeah, you've seen combat. You know what I mean?
You've been with soldiers.
But on top of that, like, I don't want to be that.
Exactly.
I don't want to be that, bro. I'm telling you.
I never wanted that for myself.
I'm telling you now, I don't want to be told what to do. You're telling me to go somewhere where they tell me what to do. I'm kind of trying to
then earn, you know, a certification or a degree or whatever you want to call it that then tells someone else that I'm qualified to do what they want me to do for them. And then you get paid to fucking do that. Like, I mean, like, come on, you know, it's like.
Well, what's the worst thing they could ask you to do? Oh, yeah, that's right. Catch a body for them. Catch a body for them. A body. Shoot a bomb. Shoot a bomb at a funeral for them.
Where'd that come from?
Nothing. Just straight up WikiLeaks. That's all. You don't remember that?
I think I'm missing the reference you're making here.
This is from what's her name? Whitney Cummings, I believe her name is. Is that her name? The one lady.
That was the comedian with the robot. Because that was.
Oh, you're absolutely right. I'm getting it confused. Yeah, what's her name?
Was it like Anna Ledman or something? Something like that?
It's like someone a W. I'm sorry that I'm messing that up. I should actually know that. Not Snowden, but the lady that came forward. She's the one that released the drone shots, the drone video. You've seen of like when they had that van and they're like, please let us engage, and they light up the van. Then people come to help and they light up.
I can't think of the person you're talking about though.
Well, that's the same exact thing of like it's the same thing they were doing. Like they were doing that double tap thing, right? Which is like you shoot a bomb, like you got a target, so that's an Al Qaeda, whatever you want to call them, kill them in their village, and then when their family comes to help, You double tap it and you get it like his cousin, right? His cousin comes to clean up his body. He's also on the hit list. That's why you shot him right there in the street so that his brother would have to come right in the street. Bam, you hit him. It did the same thing with funerals. So like I kill you. Now I'm just tracking your body because I want to see where remember, it's 24 hours. They got to bury it.
Yeah.
Right? Within 24 hours. So I just track where your body goes. Oh, now your 3 cousins and your uncle who are also terrorists come.
Okay, I got you.
Hit the whole funeral.
I got you.
You know what I mean?
I just don't know where that came from.
Well, I'm just saying, I mean, that's what they ask you to do. Like when people are like, oh, you want to sign? I'm saying they ask you to sign up for the army. Well, I don't want to ever be told something like that. I don't want to be told to commit atrocities of any sort by anyone.
Don't want to kill nobody. You know, I mean, it's like,
well, I mean, I'll kill someone if it's the right time. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, if there's times where you have to kill people. This drags me into a different thought. I'm glad we just start talking again.
Yeah.
You know? I was thinking this thing. I had been on this vegan page, like, and I'm not vegan. I'm pescatarian, you know. But I was on the vegan page just trying to look for recipes and shit. And I haven't commented on there in like a year and a half.
Right.
But like the other day, like for some reason, I'm like, I just got back on Facebook, you know, so I'm just kind of scrolling a little bit to see how things are feeling. It's been a while, and I seen that like a guy had put on there. He just went off on this rampage about like how he's like horses are slavery. He's like, you know, you shouldn't. No horse would want your fat ass on their back, sweating, and just like went on this long rampage about like how basically humans aren't supposed to ride horses.
Right.
And like, listen, I'll explain, you know, Father One, but I just comment on him, just like, ease up, bro. That's all I comment. I'm just like, ease up, bro. You know, it's like, ease up, dog. Like, it's just like 3 paragraphs of like people just going at people who ride horses. And then he's like, just goes off on me, of course, you know, and it's like, goes like, oh, do you believe in slavery, Michael? That's literally what he said. He's like, do you like animal torture? And then like, I just gave him this thoughtful ass response. I'm like, you know, what you're doing right now, I'm like, this is why the vegan movement is a mockery. This is why they make fun of you guys.
Exactly.
You know, because of you saying shit like that. I'm like it or not,
off
you
the
know,
wall shit.
like it or not, we are part of the animal kingdom. We're smart, right? We're smart. That's great. But we're apes. We're also part of the kingdom, bro.
Right,
so there's
right.
a part of that circles on, right? Just like an algae attaches to a whale's back, right? And the algae cleans the whale.
Yeah.
And the whale fucking, you know, lets it stay on there to clean it. And the algae eats whatever, I guess, comes on there, you know,
like
and
the
there's
skin
like
and stuff, and then fish come up, feed on the algae.
Exactly. And there's a give and take type of thing.
On.
And that happens in, you know, multiple things throughout nature. You know,
exactly.
There's plenty of those
circle
that go on. Of course, I don't. First of all, like I was saying on there, I'm like, look, I'm from a city, you know, where they literally use ponies to ride around and sell fruit. I've made that argument with you before that I think that that's slavery.
Right.
When you have a fucking horse at a carnival and it's $1 a ride, that's slavery, right? But there's also certain of like a give and take, right? And not everything is prey and predator. There's a coexistence in the animal kingdom, right? I'm not killing that horse and eating it, right? It's living a life, right? There's also a fact of like, even back then when people really rode horses, they took care of their horses.
Exactly.
Like
they loved them. They love their horses.
Exactly. You love your horse. Like you would love your dog.
Yeah.
You would love your horse. People can't grasp that because you don't ride horses now. But there's still people, fucking cattle
ranchers.
Cattle ranchers. They don't have cars, bro. They can't afford cars. They're poor farmers. They literally need that horse to get around, to make things happen quicker.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's a reason that you can break a horse, right? There's a reason that eventually a horse succumbs to you, right? Now, I don't believe you should put that thing through their mouth. I don't like that.
Yeah.
And that wasn't a thing, you know, always. That became a thing later in life. You shouldn't be smacking their ass for them to run faster. Shit like that. There's a coexistence. I know it sounds weird, but like if you ever seen Avatar, like the way that they lived with those dragons.
Yeah.
Like there was a coexistence of like,
there's a give and take.
You give me a ride, basically. I give you companionship, love, friendship, food, shelter, knowledge, you know, all these other things.
And horses are smart and they understand those
things.
things.
It's the same exact thing with a horse of like, there's a give and take. Of course, you don't take your horse and ride him for 8 hours and you're 300 pounds. No, you're a piece of shit. That's slavery. But to say that like that 60-year-old man, that can't afford a car, that lives out there in the middle of nowhere, can't go out there and find a random horse, right? That he breaks in. Why can't you break in a lion, right? Why can't you break in a cougar? Why can't you break in an alligator? You don't break these things in. You don't ride these things. You can't. They'll never allow it. You can't break in an ostrich. You can't break in a zebra. You can't break in a lot of things, but you can break in a horse. There's something with a coexistion there of like,
that has evolved and humans have been able to make.
As much as you don't like it, people, like, we were given things and we give things. That's how it works. You know what I mean? And there could be an argument that this is here for you to be able to prosper.
Exactly.
And you're supposed to make sure that life prospers, and of course you don't torture your horses or any animal, hurt them and shit.
Yeah. It's like with the horse, when we first did it, I mean, like revolutionized, the world and everything that was going on. And then, helped with farming, helped with transporting goods, helped with trade, helped with forming civilizations, I was
like, bro, I'm on your side on a lot of things. I'm like, just ease up, bro. Just ease up.
Yeah,
because you go on these long tirades like this about random ass shit that has an argument to be real and authentic, and actually you might be wrong. You shouldn't be out here just going on these long ass rampages telling people they're wrong and they're crazy for doing this, blah, 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 blah. That's not how you get through to the other side. If you're a vegan, your whole thing should be like, yeah, I want to teach other people, but you don't want to force other people.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You want them to want to learn from you. When you come out as this person of like,
and you belittle them,
Exactly. When you're like, 100,000 cows die a day or some shit. Like, that's not how you go about it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
There's an easier way to bring these things up. It's what people pull up all the time when it comes, vegans or how they ever interacted with vegans. It's always something along the lines of like, they were like this way or this way. They were very belittling. They were and that's not all of them, but like that is like kind of like the community, the culture is kind of like what they have kind of like around it.
That's all I was trying to tell this guy. I'm just like, bro, this is why they say, this is why they mock you.
Yeah,
it's because you're going on long ass.
You meet some people and they're like, and they're vegan. They're like, oh, you're only vegetarian. It's like, well, that's a great first step. Have you thought about maybe cutting out the milk or the cheese or what's that situation? It's like, and it's not even like an open conversation about where they're trying to pass information off. They're like, oh, look at what I know. Look at what you don't know. Look at what I know. Look at me. I'm up here, bro.
Most time,
I'm up here, bro.
Yeah, like it was another post I seen on that same day where it's like a guy and he's like, he did the math in America, bro, of men in America. Then he did single men in America, and then he did single vegans. So he like broke down the math of like how many vegans there are, how many men there are, how many single men there are. And there's only like 687,000 single vegan men. I'm just like, what the fuck are you, bro?
Well,
you want to know why people pack the fuck out of you guys? Like, that's it right there, bro. You're weird, dude.
Yeah, you're just
that's weird, bro.
You're sitting there, you're just like, well, I only have, 600,000 vegan men to choose from.
No matter like, what I am, right?
Like,
no matter if you're Christian, you don't not be friends with someone because they're Hindu, And if you're vegan, you don't not be. I understand what you're saying, right?
Right.
You don't, if you feel like that, like I've met certain people, like I have a sister that's vegan, obviously, so I've seen how people treat her in certain times where people are like, moo, or I love this, shit like that. Like, obviously those people are those people, but for the most part,
those guys.
Yeah, but for the most part, it's like, not everyone's you, just because you don't, if you're going to do something, don't do it to brag about it.
Exactly. Don't do it for the simple fact of like,
listen,
especially rubbing someone's face.
Listen, I'm going to stress this one more time. There is an animal kingdom, right? There's literally things on this planet that are carnivores. They have to eat meat. Okay. Things are going to die. Things are going to be hunted every day. Like, no matter what, because I used to think like, okay, well, how can we get world peace? Well, world peace will never happen. We're talking about world peace because every day someone's going to hunt to kill. And that's not wrong, right? That's the weird thing, right? Because it's death. And you don't like seeing it, right? It's weird to see like a pack of like coyotes hunt down a fucking elk or some shit. Like, it's weird to see. But there's something about the way that earth spins that's supposed to happen. As weird as that sounds, like death is supposed to happen too.
Yeah, like I mean, like there was
I feel like that's been translated, right? That same exact. It's like, as weird as it sounds, it's like, you know, they say like, you know, not Final Destination, but Final Destination of like that death is still owed, right?
Yeah.
So you no longer die like that, right? A lion ain't hunting you down like it used to, right? Those numbers went way down. But you got that car accident that killed your brother. You know, you got that fucking gunfire incident, you know, that shooting that killed your sister. You know, you got these other ways that people die now. Like there's a certain amount of energy that needs to be inputted and taken to consistently make that world spin correctly, in my opinion.
So, well, you know, I think in a lot of cases, it's like I saw one thing where it was like, you know, there was a lion that was eating a zebra or something like that. It was eating it up, you know, it's doing it, and there's a bunch of vultures, you know, waiting around, waiting for it.
You showed me that,
you know, yeah. And then as soon as
he walks
off,
away,
they all get their share too. You know, it's like, there's also like that kind of like, you know, kind of like giving the world what's like,
right,
know,
and then that goes into the ground, right?
Exactly,
that's like soil that helps minerals grow and shit, and then that becomes fossil fuel. You know, so it's like there's this whole cycle of things going on. But you would agree that like everyone owes a death. Like that is something you owe. If you want to talk about like what do you owe this planet, you owe it a death. That's the one thing that it's gonna make sure it gets from you.
Well, yeah. I guess in any capacity,
you can treat it like shit.
You know?
You can treat it great. You can treat it like shit. You can love it. You can hate it. It's gonna get its death.
Yeah, you know, it's like, you know, like as a human, you know, it's like you're gonna go out, you're gonna kill that animal. You know, no, you're gonna. I see what you're saying now. I get you. Yeah, there will be that exactly.
There's a circle. There's a circle of life and death, and it's cruel at times, but it's what the world is. If everything lived, there would be no point in living. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's the fact of death being there.
I was talking about that with a gentleman at work who I his wisdom. Let's put it that. And he was talking about of like God damn it! Now I'm thinking of another thing he said, and now I'm equating both of them together.
You're mixing them up now.
Yeah, I forget what we were talking about on that one, but like, what were we going? With that?
The point being was there's a give and take, you know, in that whole.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry about that. Okay. So what he was like, we were saying about how like every day you have a challenge, you know what I mean? Like every day comes with its own challenge, right? But if there was no challenge in every day wouldn't be anything.
Yeah, it's like
what would be you don't got to work hard for nothing. The fruit just grows and food just grows and things just end up on your plate and
you just sit around. You're
always hydrated. You don't got to do shit.
Nothing's out to get you.
It's the most boring life of all time.
Yeah, exactly. No, you need that fear.
It's funny because
you need that fear. You need that excitement.
There's a thing he was talking about.
Of death. Yeah.
There's a thing he was talking about how about like we ended up. He's real conservative, you know, so he can go down that route. So
I see you're about to say.
So I try not to walk that route with him. You know, I don't walk that route no more with him. I've already gotten to those discussions.
Yeah, exactly.
So you know,
he pokes you.
But yeah. So we got to talking. He's like, when them shootings happen, you know, it's like, what do you think about it? You know, and like he started and he's a religious man. Well, listen to this, because you know he's got wisdom. He's not a dummy. You know, he's not one of those conservative dummies. Like he's intelligent person. I just feel like he's not with the times in his beliefs.
Right, gotcha.
You know?
Yeah.
So he was just thinking, he was like, you know what that is? He's religious. He's really religious. Gives 10% of every paycheck to his church. That religious.
Wow.
Yeah. And he was like, you know what that is? He's like, you know, he's like, you go to these third world countries and you go to other places and they use the word, but here in America, we mask everything with the word of, this is just his opinion, mentally ill, right? But he was like saying, he's like, you know what that is? Like that's demonic possession. It's like that, and in other countries they do, you know, they acknowledge demons. Like that is a thing in a lot. I mean, from voodoo dolls to you can watch tons of like exorcisms in South American countries and shit like that. And it was saying like we mask that, you know, and we make that sound not mentally ill, right? It was just saying like you had, just like I was just saying, like you have birth and you have death, you have good and you have bad. Just like there's a good soul, there is a demon.
Right, there's a
which
bad
is a
soul.
weird thought, right? Which is like a weird thought that something has to be bad.
Yeah, I think
The thing is, the soul ain't bad, right? Because what's bad? The soul ain't bad.
Right.
It's here to play that role.
I see what you're getting at, but I think when we call it a demon is when it kind of like disconnects a lot of people from like, so like, I guess, it's a spoiled soul. It's
his whole religious argument, bro.
It's
that's
something
that's why I brought up to you that he's religious, because he's
exactly,
trying to say basically that they don't want you to acknowledge that there is a heaven and hell, basically, is what he's trying to get to. You know what I mean? Which, listen, for me, like right now, I'm looking for like anything, man. I'm looking for pretty much anything that would confirm that there is demons. Because then I would believe in an exorcism, and that might be a path for someone I know. Which like right now, I don't totally. I'm like,
now I know what you're talking about.
It's like, but right now you're just kind of like, how do I go about that?
It's like
that's not an easy one, and you don't even know if you're right.
Wish Amazon a couple books on that.
I just wish somebody could like, definitely needs one. Like someone who's did them before.
He's like, oh yeah, demon. As soon as he walks by, he's like, yup, demon.
And then
demon.
It's weird, right? It's like major. As soon as he walks in, major demon vibe. Nice try, goal. Whatever it is. But
it's like super with the times, like hashtag demon in his house.
What the fuck do they call them? Like goals or some shit like that? Like not goblins. Goals.
Yeah. Some goals. Total goal alert going on here. Yeah. Demon. Yeah.
That would be 150.
Glad you called. All right.
They always say you call it the perfect time.
Based off this energy, for some reason they keep touching the temple. Based off the energy, I'm going to double my rate. Okay. So
I'm getting a really
overtime
tight sensation right here.
This is an OT demon, okay? This is an OT demon right here.
This is a level 10 demon. Well, they always say, everybody me too, right? They're always like, I've never encountered something this strong.
They're like, what's the strongest demon power level?
9.
The Vatican only recognizes 8.
Well, that's where it gets weird, right? That's where it gets weird. But I've classified 2 levels. Right? But that's where it gets weird, right? Because if you believe in demons, right? You kind of believe in exorcisms.
So it's like,
and if you believe in exorcisms, they say biblical scriptures.
So we start talking about demons being real. It's
you gotta believe in.
You get a feeling in your stomach, and you're like, man, are demons real? Like, it's like, oh man, it gives me like a chill, like almost just like.
But like when somebody does murk people with an assault rifle, like what is that?
Yeah.
I think it's a good expression. I'm not necessarily
call it a demon.
I'm not associating with everything else that like you're saying comes with that.
Exactly.
I'm just saying of like deeming evil. Like that's evil, bro.
Yeah.
Did you see the video of when they dropped that dude?
Yeah, he was running into that nightclub.
Bro, how many people ran into that nightclub before he came up, Steve?
Like 40?
Yeah, I want to say at least 40. At least 40 to 80 people ran in that nightclub.
You know what really scared me, bro?
His big, fat, sloppy ass running full speed to try and get through them front doors, bro. Yeah. And whoever that officer was, dog.
Got shot twice.
You deserve the utmost respect, bro. Because if you missed that shot, it's an entirely different scenario.
Exactly.
And it was a close shot, right? But you still got to hit it.
That's what they were saying.
In a tense situation.
Like easily, like 30 more people could have been injured or so,
If he would have got inside of that nightclub, he was going to chop everybody up. Not only that, he was going to have a spot to hold up at.
When I was watching that video, it's like you watch the huge crowd. I was looking at the last person that hit in that nightclub. I'm just like, oh my God, I would have been fucking terrified, bro.
Yeah, like, you hear them shots way closer.
You're the last person behind that huge ass crowd getting into that nightclub. You're just like, you're watching everybody. You're literally the last person on that street.
I always watch that because we've talked about that before, and it's like I want to help.
Yeah.
In that situation, bro, I really can't help. Like I remember I was talking like with the hotel in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Like that's a situation where I could like maybe I could help with some info.
Exactly.
But like
that
right
one,
there, it's like, bro, you're sitting there in front of a club and somebody 100 feet away starts
Yeah.
busting with an AR.
even
You gotta get the fuck out of no one.
like same thing with like the Walmart. You know, it's like if you were like there was a kid actually, you know, who like you know ran in, which is like he has a gun. Everyone's just like, what? And then everyone's just getting out of there. You know, it's like.
Is that what happened?
Yeah,
Wow, I didn't hear about
yeah.
that.
It was apparently it's like I'm not sure the age, you know, but
Kid?
yeah. When I say a kid, probably like it's more like a teenager, you know, more like a teenager.
Nobody
you know?
was just like, everybody was just like that.
What?
And next
Like,
thing you
who
know,
got what? And
the only
it's
thing I
like,
can think like on that one situation of like I'm outside of a club, some shit pops off like that. Like, what can I do? I'm thinking like get to my car and maybe I can run it into this guy. Even if you know you die.
Yeah.
Like whatever it takes. If I gotta smush him against a wall or something going 50.
Yeah.
Like that's the only thing I can think, yo. And even then you might get clapped up on the way in.
Yeah, exactly, you know.
And you're
it's
kind of
like-
ducking while you do it.
And it's like, you know, I feel like if I had the opportunity, you know, and I could take it, I could just, you know, tackle him.
How do
press
you
with a
feel
gun or
about,
something,
like-
you know, like
Let's
I would like
say
to-
if like let's just say like you're out there on that street. You know, I gotta give a scenario.
yeah, throw me one.
Yeah,
Give me
you're
a
out there on
curveball.
that street, man. You're just chilling. It's just you. Say it's you and your girl. I don't want to give you any good weapons with you. No.
Okay,
You know, it's
okay.
just you and your girl. Next thing you know, let's say about 100 feet away on the opposite side of the street. Right next to you, you know, is a security guard, a cop, whatever you want. Posted up. As soon as it starts popping, both of you, you know, all three of you get behind the car and shit. You're both hiding. He pulls out his fucking gun, you know, and he's calling for backup, and he just sits there. And the guy's just like, and this guy's just staying low, hiding.
He's here.
What would you do?
I mean, man. I mean, it's like, you know, once you got radioed in, you know, of course, I'm going to try to be proactive, you know, and get on try and get on either the offensive or to where I can get more information, you know, it's like.
Okay,
even
so you're
get a
not
drop
saying
on
where
the
I was
guy,
trying
you
to
know?
lead you to. I was going to
Yeah.
go to full thing, but for me, it's like, I'm telling that cop, like, you need to go end this, right? It's simple as that for me. It's like, no, you just called that in. Okay, now it's time for you to go try and stop
Yeah,
this.
which is what I'm saying, you know. going
Right,
in,
but I'm
you
saying,
know?
but I was trying to get to is like, what if the cop's not doing that? Like, what if the cop's like, I'm waiting for backup?
Give me that
How do
fucking gun.
I'm gonna say, I was just,
Give
how
me
do you
that
feel
damn gun.
about stealing the cop's gun?
You know, it's like I'm gonna go in there. You know,
You know, like Dan
going
Brazilian, you know that guy, Brazilian
Yeah.
or whatever. He
Yeah,
was
he-
saying that happened, like in the
Yeah,
Las
'cause
Vegas
He
thing.
was like, he's like,
look,
I can help.
I'm a
Give me
licensed gun carrier.
Give me a gun. You know,
Give me a fucking gun, dude.
exactly. And it's like, oh, I'm ready. You know, it's like, let's go. Especially like someone
But
like
they were
Dan
saying
Belzer.
like we can't have another person with a gun. That's what
You
you're
know,
trying not to do.
it's a liability. Exactly.
And yeah, exactly. We don't know who you are. You could be with them for all we know.
Exactly.
I just give you a gun, you shoot both of us in the head.
Boom. Well, that'd be
Easy
fucked up.
kill.
It's, oh yeah, it was Dan Bilzer and he came up. You know, he shot my partner.
That's the
took his gun,
dirtiest
so-
style.
He was with him. He was a part of it.
You ever,
Fucking
did you watch The
Dan
Wire?
Bilzer and I haven't watched all of it. You know, I watched the first season though.
This is the first season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like second season though, when like the two boys kill their homeboy. And it's like got him in it, like they walk him into that bando, you know, where he was living with all of his like brothers
Oh,
and sisters.
yeah,
He's just in
yeah.
the corner. He's like, y'all my boys. Y'all my boys. He's just like, why'd you have to be soft, dog? He just lights him up.
Damn.
Well, no, he waits. He's like, why you gotta be soft, dog? And he's like, if you're gonna do it, do it. And the other guy just ends up fucking hitting him up, I guess, to end it quicker.
Yeah. Didn't want to hear that.
Nothing to it. There's no empathy, you know, no empathy on that street killer.
And even being able to just be like, why you gotta be soft, man? You know, even to be like, oh, I'm doing this for you.
It's just
you know?
so
It's
dirty.
Like, that's how it
I-
sounded. It's like,
It's one thing to like, you know, I see you, you're across the street. I pull up across the street. We both got beef. We both said we was gonna kill each other. We both pull out a gun. We both start shooting. All right, hey, it's a shootout. It's an
Yeah.
old school Western standoff here, you know? It's different when like you're like, yo, you want to see this? And I walk in front of you and you shoot me in the fucking back of the head.
right.
That's, you know what I mean? Like that is some weird shit, bro.
Yeah, you
For you
know.
to do like, think about people that kill their plugs, right? Or like even boys, yo. Like you're my homeboy and you got the plug. The
There was,
plug knows me.
There was that
Whack your ass, bro.
there was that one I forgot what show it was, but it was like the dude's best man murdered his wife. Like his best man, like I think it was like their wedding week,
Wow.
and literally murdered his fiance, like his best man murdered his wife, like.
That's
God,
crazy.
it's like and it was just like stabbed her to death. It was like that
I
type
can
of thing,
remember
portraying that type of like
my cousin, man, used to get a bunch of grass, I'm talking like tens of pounds off of this one dude, this Jamaican dude, bro. They used to always come back around the crib back in the day. And I remember it was like, I think it was like New Year's Eve, he said something like that. Like, it was like New Year's Eve or New Year or something like that. And like he was supposed to come by, and motherfucker just caught him, bro, at the rim shop, dog. Got him. Just window down, rolled up on him, got his ass like they got fucking Scooter.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same way. Just parked at a red light, basically. Come up. Where you gonna go?
Exactly.
Caught him at that red light. Thought that shit was sweet. I like that part about Polo. Caught him at that red light. Thought this shit was sweet.
Dude, like, what always blows my mind is like like things like I learn about things, or like like a lot like with Polo G's case when he showed me him, and then I'm like I'll watch this one thing. It was like it was like Lil Durk, named as like top 50 up and coming, and I see Polo G in there. I'm just like, ain't that funny?
That's cool, man.
You start noticing around,
yeah,
and around more. It's like, oh wow. It's
I can't wait for that guy's next album, man.
G was his name always in my face. I just didn't notice.
That's album of the year, bro. That's album of the year so far, man. For me, man.
It was a good one.
I thought that shit was good, man. Just a lot of shit he said, bro. Just like, he says so much shit. Like, if you listen to, he's like the one part where he's just like, they took one of us, and now if we just went down to feel our pain,
yeah.
Like the shit he's saying is just like a really like how people think, man.
Yeah,
and it's like always like in Chicago too, where they call it, drilling and shit like that. Like that's next level shit, basically. Like, just you take one, I'm gonna take one. You hurt us, I'm gonna hurt you.
Exactly. You'll be feeling it, and it's just you keep going back and forth.
Yeah.
Until
I remember he says that. There's that one part on that deep wound shit, that I love in that first two sentences where he's like, I don't know the exact name he says, but he's like, they killed Turk, or something like that. They killed somebody. They killed Turk. Still remember what he used to say. My boys got killed on that same block that we used to play. That shit hit different, yo. I'm telling you, yo.
Yeah,
and that shit's like a soft song where it's like got like some weird sound and
bring
soft shit. You're like,
quick,
God damn, bro.
Like,
that shit was deep, bro.
Like, I can't say I've lost someone to that type of, to that type of, thing, but man, I'll bring a tear to your eye, bro. It's like, oh shit, bro.
Yeah, but you know a lot of people have been got like that.
Exactly,
you know what I mean? Like,
man, a couple of my
makes me think about like at that park.
Yeah,
the biggest one, basically.
Was,
you know what I mean? Like that style.
It was the one that was a longer time ago. It was like one right in the alleyway, like right there, like next to school, like right there. It was just like, it's kind of like a similar thing. It's like, oh shit, it happens all over. Well, not all over, but Baltimore does.
But it's like people catch bodies different ways too, Because I remember like when I lived over there by the Heights, like right outside, like there was this one guy I used to always talk to. This guy Patrick. He was like, God rest his soul, but I always felt like he like was trying to fuck me, So he was like a nice guy, but you're like, it was always like inviting me to shit. And I was like, I don't know you that well. You're like inviting me to Florida or ride 4-wheelers and shit like that. Like just really weird shit.
Invite you to Florida.
So, yeah, just weird, bro. It's like you can tell this guy. This guy don't ride, bro. You know what I mean? You're like, you don't ride, bro. There's no way. Like you're just selling me a dream or something right now. So you always kind of kept that distance, but he was a nice dude. Like he was a nice dude. He'd help me put my 4-wheeler away, do little kind of like want to fuck you kind of shit, But you're like, hey, a favor's a favor.
Yeah, you were fine with how you thinking of.
Well, he was renting out the place. He I guess he was the runner of the house, if you want to say. He collected the rent for the landlord.
Right. He
had a dispute with a guy he was renting out to, bro, that stabbed him up. And I'm like sitting right there, I'm sitting right there in the fucking living room. Lived like 4 houses up. The guy just stabbed him up, bro. And I remember like they were just crowding the door and everything. And like he got hit right fucking here, like a key spot basically. I think it was twice. And they were just trying to like hold it and close it. He died before the fucking ambulance even got there, bro. Yeah. And that was just so crazy. Like somebody I talk to every day, man. And it was like randomly just got stabbed up like that. It's not like no drilling shit or nothing like that. It was just like a random dispute. It was just like weird that like people would just murk somebody like that, bro. Like use your fucking mind, dog. Kick his ass.
Kick
his ass.
What happened? That is like
I'm just saying, it doesn't mean want to do. Kick his ass.
Like,
Why are you killing someone?
You just made an agreement to pay this guy.
Well, it could have been over whatever.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
I don't know if it was over money. Could have been over food. I don't know, whatever. You know?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You brought out a knife to this guy who I'm telling you, like,
killed this guy.
This dude, bro, he weighed like as much as me, bro. Like, you know, you can fight this guy 1-on-1.
Step him up, man. Kill the guy. You know, it's like, God damn, bro.
Man, fuck.
Fuck me. Like,
we're shooting like same thing with the shooting, like 16-year-old, bro, like ready to kill someone. Like, it's just wild, bro. It's so sad, yo. It's like dangerous too, bro. Like, it really is dangerous to think about, like, someone whose mind isn't even developed. Got that Glock extendo mag sitting on his hip.
Ready to use
ready to wreck shit.
Exactly. No, it's like, you know, it's like, most people, especially they haven't been in that type of situation before, but they have it. They're like, oh, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. They even go as far to looking for it. And then they end up in a situation like, oh.
You know, you can't teach nobody. You can't teach nobody that something they ain't learned, right? Exactly. Sometimes you got to learn shit. But if I could help anyone, man, I'd show them that fucking video, bro, of out front of that corner store in Baltimore. You know? Was it on West Side? I think it was. I forget the street.
We just walked up and shot him.
Right? Yeah, I remember it's like 6 of them, bro. There's like 6 of them in a circle, and out of nowhere, fucking like 4 of them just draw.
Yeah.
You remember this, bro?
I really
believe you remember this because you're the one who showed me the video. You have a hard time with that one. But it's like 6 of them, and this is like, God damn, I can't remember the street. This corner store, the corner, it's not a corner store, but the store is still open, and they're all just sitting there, bro. 6 people in a circle, and out of nowhere, like 4 people just pulled, like 2 on this side and 2 on this side, and the other 2 other guys just like jet away. Well, the one is like close as shit, bro. Like like they're like this close, and he's like going to pull to fucking kill this guy, dog. So he fights him, and like he attacks him, and they're like scrambling on the ground. Everybody else is like shooting as they're running away, you know, like bow, bow, bow. But these 2 are scrapping on the camera. I can't believe it.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, and then the dude that didn't have the gun mounts that guy, flips him over, mounts him, pops his ass a couple times, then grabs that gun and fucking shoots him right in his fucking face, bro.
I remember what they're talking about now, bro.
Dog, that is literally some of the most
he mounts him
horrific shit. But the thing is, he didn't even have a gun.
Yeah.
It's like he was going straight off of instinct, like the guy pulled one at him like this, and he just reacted like, I can't run away from this. You're going to kill me if I run. You're going to shoot me in my back multiple times. So he just went after the attack. Sometimes it's like that thing, like the gas will get you out of more things than a brake will. Remember that? Yeah, it's like the same exact thing with that. It's
just
kind of go at it, you know?
Yeah, then got on top of him. He knocked his ass out.
He cracked his ass like twice.
Took the gun.
But now, I always remember how he held it. He held it with 2 hands, bro. After he cracked them both the times, he held it with 2 hands like this. I just always remember that, bro. Like, he put it right to his shit. Bam, bro.
Did twice.
Killer mode. Yeah, twice.
Good twice.
Killer mode.
Oh,
a savage.
Yeah, now I remember that's a fuck of a video.
Keep dropping a little.
That's a fuck of a video, bro. Yeah, it was
Talk about another one.
Talk about there was the the fucking you remember that one in New York, yo, the one with Junior, man, where literally you see him fight, like he's fighting in the video store. I mean, he's not in the video store. He's like fighting in the corner store. He's fighting with them. You know, he's trying to get these people to help, and they literally come in. They grab his ass up and they drag him out the store, where like 8 people proceed to like stab him up. Like that was all of it. I'm sure that I think that shot might have actually shut down because of the video, how much outrage it caused or whatever. I remember that there was another one in Baltimore, bro, where remember the cop was like squaring up with the dude out front of that other like one corner. Some crazy shit happens out front of corner stores nowadays, man. You can't even post up out of a corner store.
Many fucking people build up around them.
Like there was that cop, and he was just squaring up with the one dude against the bus stop, and he just like
that Junior one though. That one's just horrific because he's a kid.
Yeah,
you're just like
and mistaken identity.
Right, but also number one actually is the fact that it wasn't a gun; it was a machete.
Multiple, and a knife.
Yeah, you know, if you come out and blow his head off, that's like, hey, you're just a dumbass, mistaken identity. But like they chopped him up, and there's that one part where like he's holding onto that door,
and they're pulling him out,
and he's looking at the people. bro, I can't believe those people that died at night.
Exactly, man.
That's like, listen, it's hard when you're a white guy, right? It's hard to even talk about things like this. And I know people that know me know where I stand and know my understanding of things and understand that I'm not making this common argument that is always made by people that want to make it seem like it's your fault.
Right.
Because that's not the one I'm trying to make, right? I understand systematic oppression. I understand a lot of things, that led to that.
Right.
But when it comes to the point of it's the thing of like almost like the Malcolm X Martin Luther thing, where it's like white people want you to be exactly what they think you are, right? So if you're there's plenty of racist people, right? Racist white people. I'm telling you, man, there's a lot of racist white people. I want to say like 2 out of 10 are racist, if not 3,
Right.
They want you to be exactly what they think you are. And that's why they push you to that point. It's the same thing with like their military strategy. They just keep pushing you till you do something. And then they say, you started the war.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how they do it. And it's exactly what it is. Like when they say like, well, you have to stop the violence between one another. Right. Before we can improve anywhere. Like, not even on that argument that they're trying to make.
Exactly.
But that is a thing. Why is it that like we are so? I would love to have someone come on here and talk about this. Someone that is black. That can explain to me this more proper. They might agree. They might not agree. But why is it? Why is it that it is so much outrage when something happens to a black person anywhere in the world? If it's done by someone of another color, it's always like if it becomes a big story, right? If it becomes a big story on like America, it's always made like, oh, why they hate us. This is America KKK and all shit, which I understand. Like I'm saying, I understand. I think America's a racist country. It is. It's built on it. That's what it is. That's what we got. I'm not denying that at all. But when somebody kills somebody in your neighborhood, you're still associating around that same group of people. You know what I mean? You don't disown that. Like I feel like there's not like a proper. Obviously, it's who the fuck's running communities? I ain't saying a fucking community leader.
Right.
You know what I mean? I ain't trying to say that. I obviously know they ain't no fucking community leaders. You know what I mean? But let's just say even if it's the OG. You know what I mean? Like the OG of shit. How it's supposed to be is like that motherfucker comes out there. Like, look, we don't have all that shit on here. That's what makes shit hot. The guns are what makes shit hot, bro. When you're out there just selling drugs, you can get away with it. A lot of times they even catch you with drugs and they're like, give me a gun. That's what they ask for. They want the guns. When you're shooting and killing and shit like that, that's when shit gets hot. That's when they start coming doing patrols in your neighborhood and shit. That's when the OG is supposed to come out. Don't make that shit hot. No, we don't go around, you know what I mean, every corner ready to bang off on somebody else. Like, I feel like that's not a thing no more. Like, these OGs ain't giving the game no more, yo. And these motherfuckers are just out there like, I'm agreeing with you that there's racism, bro. People are plotting for you to do bad. Worse than they're plotting for me. 100% agreed. So why are you then targeting the same people they're plotting against you? You know what I mean? You're targeting the same people that are being plotting on. You're fighting with the people that are also being plotted on.
Yeah. Well,
you know what I mean? It's I know how it can happen. I understand how it happens. I don't need that. You know what I mean? I get that. What I'm saying is like, you do have to acknowledge it and figure out some way to get your power in numbers. Like that keeps people so segregated still within their own communities of like, oh, I mean, you can, there's moms that know the mom whose son killed their son. They live on 2 blocks away. That's insane, bro. You know what I mean? That's insane. Like There used to be a time even when people got killed, it was because somebody from another neighborhood came to your neighborhood. That's usually when motherfuckers are shoot, or you drive over there shit and do a drive-by or something. Nowadays, motherfuckers are killing their own people in their own neighborhood, bro. Like the people they grew up with.
Right.
Because you want that plug. Or he said something on Instagram. Or, he don't think you got it. He fucked you up in a fight. You cannot be at war with your own fucking circle. I envy.
Especially where you live.
I envy
where you
black
live.
communities on their community, their sense of community. Everyone knows everyone. You know what I mean? Everyone talks to everyone. People are out front. I love that. I've always sensed that. But why is that just all of a sudden gone when someone commits a murder, right? All of a sudden, then it's like, oh, we don't snitch, right? We're not supposed to say nothing. Of course, that comes from pressure and shit like that people put on. But like, why isn't that same kid, that same 21-year-old with a gun, right? That goes, nah, we don't kill our own around here. Like there is no community pride. Like you get what I'm saying? Like I'm saying the wars used to kind of be like, if we had beef, it was with somebody else.
Right.
Now you're beefing with the same people that are in your high school class.
Where you live with, or people where you live with every day.
Yeah, your moms know each other. You know what I mean? And you're out here doing shit like that. Like, you're going to be so much stronger after you figure that out. When you really, and of course, I know shit's hard and that's how it's bred. And if that's all you ever seen, that's all you ever know. And that's exactly what they want. That's exactly what they want. They want you to take each other out. That's what would white racist people love more than for all black people just to take each other out? They love that, bro. They love putting guns in your neighborhood. They love putting drugs in your neighborhood.
That and then
anything to take you out.
That and then they immediately use that, to then nullify any point you're trying, like any point of advancement or whatever you're trying to make from there.
And think about how hard it is, right? Think about how hard it is. Let's get into that, right? Every day. I mean, what? Baltimore got 300 murders. There's plenty of black on black violence that happens, right? But black people don't shoot up schools. Black people don't do mass murders. That's just simple fact. White people do that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they're not targeting their self. So now they are finding vulnerable targets. Now they're going out and preying on someone else. Where it's like, I feel like the crazy people that are in black communities, like, okay, well, I'm going to just join a gang. And then I'm that crazy guy in that gang. You know how, like, there's always that, like, we know them. There's a couple gang members where you're just like, well, you take this shit serious.
Yeah.
And there's a couple people where you're like, oh, okay, you're a crap. Yeah. And it's like, some people take it serious, bro.
Yeah.
I think that's some same people who, like, take Hitler serious. You know what I mean? Some people are like, oh, I'm racist. I don't trust black people. And then there's some people who are like, Hail Hitler. That's the people that go and do a fucking mass murder, not necessarily Hail Hitler, but in any aspect of that, the crazy people that take it to the next level. I think it's that same thing, but just they have different targets. That's all it is like, I'm trying to make the point of that, like, that's how little white people are fighting with each other, is they have time to go find other minorities to kill. That's what's on their mind. Meanwhile, you're fighting each other. Like there has to be something done with that of like figuring out how to get these communities to come to peace. And I know I'm an outsider. I'm an idiot. What do I know? I ain't never lived directly inside of the middle of the gut of fucking the projects.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I'm not the one to be speaking on that. I'm saying, tell me, like, what is it that we can do to at least stop the communities from fighting themselves? Like, Cherry Hill comes to O'Donnell Heights, like, yeah, they might always have some problems, right? That might just be what it is. But O'Donnell Heights shouldn't be fighting O'Donnell Heights.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but I don't know, man. I don't know. It's definitely, a major problem when it comes to, a lot of the cities that, around the USA.
I mean, just like when Polo says that line. Just think of that Polo line, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
My friends got killed on the same block that we used to play. It's by the same people that he used to see on that block. Somebody he knew killed his friend who he knew on that same place that they all found each other.
Right.
That makes no sense to be fighting from within like that. And I'm
Yeah.
not sitting here saying,
This is where
I'm not saying it's a black people problem.
no, I
It's
get
a
you.
societal problem of stop blaming each other, dude. And same thing with like poor people. Let's stop blaming each other and start blaming the people that are putting us in this spot. If we keep fighting each other, we're never going to have the numbers and the power to go against the person that's putting us there.
To shake the status quo, man, and to get some actual progress. We can't even get on the same page on what we're all fighting for at this point. We all believe in different things and want to fight for different things.
You seen when Joe asked Bernie, he's like, why are they allowed to have these lobbyists that write these laws? And why are corporations allowed to pay zero in tax dollars and have tax havens?
Because we let them.
He said, because they write the laws.
Yeah.
All it is numbers, bro. But they just use their numbers so much more wisely than we do.
Well, exactly. And then, once you get the numbers, you generate a campaign, a movement, things that demand actual change, and you gain that power and you can fight, if you have enough people behind you and you're willing to take that step. But I mean, it's like, why do we allow this money to funnel win? It's like and influence things on a day-to-day basis. Things that could ultimately be shut down. Just
played kindergarten with or something.
Just like when we talked about last time, where it was like, you had the prison guard union, funneling money and lobbying for.
And that's what I'm saying. I completely understand the corruption that goes inside of it. All I'm saying is, there has to be someone. Black projects, white suburbs, black and white middle class, wherever it may be. There has to be a community leader, right? You're raised by a village, right? You look for people that are wise and have wisdom.
Exactly.
They need to give that and explain, man, that we are not the enemy. We're not each other's enemies.
We are all living in the same neighborhood. We're all in similar situations. Some better than others.
We went to the same daycare, bro.
And ultimately, we only have each other. We only have each other. And when you're living next to these people every single day, when you encounter these people every single day, it has such a huge impact on your day-to-day life as you're living your life every single goddamn day. I mean, you if you're walking down, if you have someone you don't like that lives on the next block, and that if one of you catches each other, it's gonna be some shit. You're always avoiding that block. Like you've created such a huge problem for you in your own area of living. It's like, don't shit what you eat.
Right.
Exactly. It's not what you do. And that only be the first step. Again, like you said, again, do we have those answers? Are we the right people for that? No, I don't think so.
I'm not black.
Exactly.
So already I'm not qualified to answer things like that.
Well,
right?
And I'm also coming up. I'm living in one of the considered safer and nicer parts of Baltimore.
Right. So exactly.
And I've always lived here. I didn't live in the heart of West Side.
Even when I was Baltimore, I was right there at the projects. Like, I know people don't want to hear this, but like, honestly, O'Donnell Heights is like the safest projects. To be honest with you, it really is. I've been to a lot of projects, bro. Maybe it's because that was home, but O'Donnell Heights felt the safest. I'm telling you, like Cherry Hill, when you're in Cherry Hill, bro, even that's cleaned up a lot, but you don't feel safe, bro.
Yeah.
When you're in like Murphy Homes, you know what I mean? Or like Latrobe, you're like, bro.
Yeah, I remember I was.
You look at spots, you're like, that's literally like a kill zone, bro.
I remember like in middle school and even in high school, I would hear things like about Latrobe. It's like, I never was even close to.
Shout out to Kevin and Keith.
I wasn't even close to
brothers. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, I remember that.
Always get me to do that.
But,
yeah, top Latrobe, yeah.
I was never even.
Perkins. Remember Latrobe versus Perkins?
Yeah. I never even was close to Latrobe ever. But I would hear things about Latrobe.
Have you ever been there?
Yeah, I remember I was getting to that.
It's crazy to think how far it is from Southeast.
Exactly. You would hear about it over here.
Because I remember, they came.
Huh? Yeah, exactly.
They caught a bus to Southeast.
Yeah, exactly.
Why? Why were they coming that far? Was there not a school over there?
There's a zone.
That's
I don't know.
If there's not a school closer, I feel bad knowing how far that was for them.
Yeah, But I mean, like, you know, I think I was in like
I'm in a
senior
bus like
year, and I'm
40 minutes early.
I walk over to, you know, my friend's house, you know, who, like, you know, I'm walking, like, next thing I know, I'm like, oh, we're entering Latrobe right now. And I'm just with, you know, a couple people, we're going to their house. I'm just like, I'm in fucking Latrobe, man. Like, I've heard shit about Latrobe. What the fuck am I doing here, man? Like, you know, it's like all through middle school, you heard shit about Latrobe. So seeing Latrobe on the news, like, what the fuck am I here? You know, it's like, you know, so I mean, those areas, you know, you hear shit about them, even if you don't live in them. And you know, it's scary. It's definitely scary when you're there.
Give these people the game, man. Give them the game. They need it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and you know, it's like you've lived through it. You know, you should look to kind of guide the next generation. You know, of your community. You know, I mean,
What's the youngest age you would give the death penalty?
well, again, you know, that also requires a lot of context as far as the crime committed and whatnot.
Well, I'm just saying, like, is there okay? What do I gotta start giving examples, or can you just give me an age?
Man,
A 5-year-old takes an
I
axe
don't-
and puts it in his
listen,
dad's
so
head.
I don't think so, man. You know, I don't think so when it comes to, you know, the youth, and you know, it's like you remember that one documentary about that psycho child, that one girl who was just like, oh, I wanted to cut up my parents. She lives a normal life now, bro.
But she never did nothing to them.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
she just tortured a little brother.
You know, yeah, exactly.
She said she tortured a little brother.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, you know. But I mean, it's like a lot of people might have opted to be like, oh, we just got to put this girl away, you know. I mean, but like through, I'm not sure what channel.
Well, what if she did something though? You know, what if she did something? So I'm talking about, like, they murdered.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't even necessarily believe in like the death penalty or capital punishment, you know. So I mean,
you
like,
don't.
And so you know, it's tough.
So what do you think, like, a murderer should get? What should happen to a murderer?
I mean, we've been on this road before, you know. I mean,
I don't remember you ever saying that.
What?
I don't remember you ever saying you don't believe in death penalty.
No, we've been on this road before where we talked about I know we talked about it before.
We never got to this. We talked about the topic, but we never talked about this.
We were talking about. I remember I was like, I don't think that any, you know, form of higher power like a government should be taking those actions to then kill people. You know, remember we were talking about that. You know, we had a huge argument about that a couple episodes ago.
So what do you think? Just tell me that. What do you think should happen to someone who murders someone?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, like, you know, I think there needs to be, you know, there's steps on every level of development throughout lifetime, you know, that needs to be taken into account when, you know, tackling something like this. But, you know, when it comes to something like that, you know, you lock them up and you hope for, you know, you got to provide the best rehabilitation process that you can possibly, you know, provide, rather than kind of like what we have here in America, what's going on, you know, here now, where it's just like incarceration, jail cell, you know, boom, you know, like we need to take shots at, you know, rehabilitating people and working on this. It's definitely a long shot. Don't get me wrong. But we have to take the proper steps to like address why people are like kind of like doing these types of things, and, you know, do our best to reform them, you know, and get them kind of back acclimated. I don't know, you know, it's definitely a complex situation.
Yes,
I don't think you just kill them.
No, I got what you're saying, but it always comes down to, though, that they killed someone, Steve, right? So we didn't get to reform the person that's dead, right?
Well, this is what I'm saying. You know, this is what I'm saying where it comes to, you know, there's multiple levels of where it needs to be, you know, kind of like tackled. I mean, you know, a lot of times when it comes with these, you know, murders and people that like, end up killing people, you know, it's like they've experienced some type of trauma on their own side, you know, to where they want to, you know, partake in something like that, you know.
And so, instances,
you got to do
instances,
exactly, yeah. But you got, that's what I'm saying. You got but you got to tackle it at every level to where it's like, you know, we got to do better when it comes to
Ted Bundy,
childcare, you know, type of thing.
What do you do with them?
Ted Bundy, man. Ted Bundy's a sick motherfucker. But
rehabilitate.
But again, no. But listen. But again, you know, like I said, you know, I think when you come to something like that, you know, Ted Bundy was also a victim of sexual assault, I believe, when he was growing up.
I never heard that.
You know,
okay. I wouldn't be surprised.
I believe so. You know, I
never heard that though. So what? I mean, well, just give me something.
As I'm saying, you know, like what you got then, you know, you got to do better when we're, you know, setting up families, when we're raising people, when we're raising children, when you're developing society.
You're right about all that, but like there's a Ted Bundy. If he does that, what do you do? What happens to Ted Bundy?
Man. Did they kill him? I think they gave him the chair, didn't they?
Yeah.
They killed him, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you might have to kill him.
So you believe in death penalty, Steve? See, and that's no. I did all this because I've been down the same road. I just took you down
you know,
because you're like,
yeah.
I want to fix whoever I can fix.
Yeah, exactly.
But right when you take a life, there's other people, right? So that was someone's brother, cousin, mom, dad, whatever it may be.
But when you bring in something like that, but he was also a serial killer. He also killed multiple people.
Right, but period for me. Unless it's an accident. That's the only way I could ever look for reforming anything on murder. If you murdered someone,
it's eye for an eye.
You don't get the choice no more.
Right.
You know? You don't get the choice no more. You took that away.
Yeah, you know, I mean, there's definitely, you know, particular crimes that call for it. But I think
so. You do believe in death penalty?
I think
you gotta kill some people.
I think we would see, you know, a better overall outcome if we, you know, reformed how we did things. You know,
if we did. I believe with society, that, but I also believe we should kill more people. I do. As bad as it sounds, I hate saying it. I don't even like saying it. I'm a mouth, but I just think.
Well, you said it.
But there is something to that, right? Just like I'm going to say again, we're in the animal kingdom. In case anyone ever forgets, just remember, you're in the animal kingdom, right? So, in what pack of anything could you be a threat to the stability of the clan and us not annihilate you?
I mean,
it just don't happen.
Yeah, but I mean, we're talking about, like, you know, lions fighting each other for dominance. You know, it's like, you know, I'll kill you. And then
we can go with anything, though. We can go ants. If an ant, if a simple ant, say an ant got some bacteria,
but there's also
kill it.
Yeah, but you know, that's a particular, you know, it's like a colony thing. Yeah, you know, there's instances throughout. You know, instances throughout.
Give me another one. Keep going.
Give me another one.
I mean, monkeys do the same exact thing all the time. But that's kind of, you would lean more towards like lion type of style.
Yeah, like, you know, where it's like, you know, like, yeah, there's different, you know, occasions and situations throughout animal kingdom.
The bottom line is that, like, evolution. What
shakes up this
you believe in evolution?
Yeah, 100%.
So evolution, I think the main point of evolution is to breed out the weak traits. Like, that's what it's meant to do. It's meant to figure out the best way to survive. Anything that doesn't help you survive, we got to get rid of it, and we want to give you more things to help you survive.
But it's like, well, then when we're also in, like, today's society, when we're at such a level to where we have, you know, a level of survivability that we can now then take care of people. You know, I mean, I'm not saying murders per se, you know, but where we can take care of people and have resources to where we can experiment, figure new things out, and find new ways. You know, it's like,
right. And I said I'm all for that. I said I'm all for that, but at the same time, like, for me, like, if I got you on DNA evidence, I got you on a witness of a rape, I'm ready to put you out, bro.
So when you see, like, you know, like, the future of human civilization, do you ever see an end to capital punishment? To where you ever have to, you know, deal with instances like that?
No, I don't.
You know?
And that's not bad to say.
And that's kind of like just where I stand on the whole thing, where it's like, yeah, you know, in today's world, you know, it's different. And when you have instances where, you know, you'll have me flip flop and be like, you know, yeah, I would probably, you know, want to definitely, you know, kill that guy or do this or that. But as a society to improve and to, you know, evolve and continue moving forward, you know, we have to move away from things like that to where, you know, where it's like, you know, where we're not nowadays not fighting for survivability and worrying about, you know, the strongest, you know, because as humans, you know, we're only as strong as our weakest links. And in a future society where, you know, especially when we're able to not only survive but strive and pass it on to other people.
No, I love it. I love what you're saying, and I love that. I think that's in a perfect world, Steve. I really do, man. I think that I think what you're saying would actually breed more of the problems that the world faces. I think so. I think that by easing up on it, I think that it would be more likely. I think that the people that did it would do it harder. I mean, it not being prosecuted. I mean, I told you I'm a fan of consequences. You know, I think that really. It's with anything in life, you don't put your hand on the stove because it burnt you, right?
Yeah, but I mean,
like, if you can fuck kids like, and only get 2 years,
along those things, you know, where it's like,
it's not a bad price to pay for me wanting to fuck kids. It's the stupidest shit ever, you know. It was just another Dundalk priest that just came out. Dundalk pastor.
Oh yeah,
fucking
no,
kids.
hold on.
Are you going to say his name?
Yeah,
I wanted to do the same thing.
I screenshotted it.
Thank
just so
you. I was
could
going to do the
say
same thing.
His
Let's hear this
motherfucking
guy's name. Let's put him out there.
And pull it up real quick. Because I saw it. I was like, I'm not gonna remember that name.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just like, I'm looking at it. I'm like, I'm never ever gonna remember this name. So hold on, let me screenshot it real quick. All right, this is a former pastor of Calvary Baptist Church from 2003 to 2014, Cameron Giovanelli. You sick little motherfucker.
Convicted, and I actually even seen the post shared by the girl, you know, who brought the charges.
Yeah, that's the one screen cap, you know.
Forward,
where she
and
shared it.
That was a 15-month process for that, and congratulations to her. You know, seriously, congratulations to her and her family. I feel so bad for you. I'm just so glad that you had the courage, man. You had the courage to say something and to come forward. It is never too late. Fuck a statute of limitations. If you bring up a rape and someone says there's a statute of limitations, it should be a one-on-one fight. It really should. They should have to fight someone or something like that, bro. Like that is one of the most disgraceful things I've ever heard in my life. You know, because I'll fuck you when you're 8. When are you gonna tell someone, dude?
Exactly. When you go work up the courage to tell somebody,
it's gonna be at least 20 years.
When are you even gonna be able to process that?
Why do you think that statute of limitations is on
and
there,
deal with
right?
that, you know, it's like, you know, either you know you eventually, you know, are, you know, old enough to process it, or you end up, you know, doing something to where, like, you know, you don't deal with it and you kill yourself or something like that, and it never gets, you know, out.
This is the thought I had, that at this point people know how I feel, but it's one I feel like people won't like. So I was thinking, like I said, you know, with that, when that happened, you know, and I shared that thing, you know, it's like, why? Just everybody think, bro. Just everybody take a second and just think, why is that not a big deal, right? Why is it? It's known, right? It ends up being known, right? But why is it never a big deal? Why does it get forgotten about? Why is it not brought up, right? So look, right? So that happened, right? Why isn't our representative, right, or our representative of our county, or our police chief or something having a police conference, a conference? That we just found a rapist that we believe to be a serial rapist at this church.
Or there's never been anything taken on like a federal level where it's like, all right, you know, we're going to investigate, you know, these churches or, you know, these types of institutions where it seems to be happening a lot.
Right.
And it's like, well, why? You know, it's like, you know,
just think,
you know,
guys,
especially that's also keep in mind with Maryland's particular case, especially when it came to, you know,
the archdiocese.
Exactly, you know, and you know, that huge scandal to where
and right next door, Pennsylvania.
Exactly.
1,000 victims, 100 priests.
Exactly.
And still ongoing.
That's my favorite one because they've allowed the names to not be disclosed. The judge granted that their names cannot be put out there. Like, oh my God, what?
That's one of them ones where you're going to be like, keep the money.
Yeah, exactly.
We want your
it's
names.
like, you know, fuck you. Yeah,
we want your names.
Guy. You lost that. But then there's that one scumbag judge. He's just like,
well, what?
Couple 100,000.
Listen, Steve.
That's my church.
Just like, that's what I'm getting to, right? So, Steve, why do you think it's not a big deal, Steve?
I think for the same exact reason, you know, a lot of people think there's money involved. You know, there's also, you know, you having some type of loyalty to this church or having some type of, like, you know, thing owed with it, and you're, you know, just, you know, blinded by whether it be faith or, you know, sometimes like false like prophecy going on type shit, you know, where you're just completely blind, and like you see people, like it'll be like there was that one case where like the one dude was just like, you know, oh, you're a Christian man, oh, you seem like a good man, you know, and let him off. He was a rapist, you know, like let him off. Everyone remembers that story, you know. So I don't know why some people think that's okay, you know. I don't know why.
Well, I'll tell you my little greasy theory, right?
What's greasy? Why is it greasy?
Greasy. Think about, like, why do all of these celebrities cling? You know, not all. That's not what I mean to say all. But why do so many celebrities cling to this I'm a God-fearing man. I'm a God-fearing woman, and this is all praise to the Lord. Why do so many of them cling to that, right? They all are Christians.
It's like a fraternity.
Yeah, they're exactly. It's a Brock Turner rape. It's like that, bro. It's exactly like that. It's a fraternity rape, bro. That's what I'm trying to get to, right? It was a perfect word for it, dog. Fraternity. It's a fraternity rape. You don't tell on your sorority brothers, right?
Exactly, yeah.
You don't bring that up, right? Because you
Like
don't want to ever
fraternity
think
bros.
about that. I don't know if it's going to happen in my lifetime, right? But I would bet all of my being and soul the upper echelon, there's some cartel of children being sold to the upper echelons.
Yeah.
That want that
Yeah.
of this society, of these societies. That is for sure. Like when Epstein,
I was going to say Epstein.
straight
Yeah.
up. And you don't think, come on, bro. Listen, this ain't even an attack. This ain't an attack on Trump. You don't think Trump fucked one of them kids, bro? You don't think Clinton fucked one of them kids, bro?
Exactly. It's like, come on.
They all
Clinton
did.
And Trump
They
with this
fuck
guy.
kids, dog.
Bro, literally.
Why? I've been saying it for years.
Literally, bro.
I've been saying it for years. Bro, why will you guys share a meme but not share when a fucking child, when a priest gets caught molesting a child?
Exactly.
Why will you not share that, bro? But you share a funny meme. That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't.
This dude Epstein used to literally have a girl waiting for him when he would land. Like, what the?
Why do you guys?
Like,
I sometimes I just sit there and just utter disbelief.
Like,
I just sit
what?
there to myself. I'm just like, why don't you
What?
guys care about kids getting fucked? Because that's what it is.
You got kids getting kidnapped to be sold in
You
this
see
ring.
those
to be
numbers I
supplied to
sent you?
Yeah, bro.
Wasn't that insane,
Yeah,
bro?
Yeah, and I was looking at the list of like how many kids go missing a year. It was like Maryland was like top 10.
Yeah,
It was like-
they
it was
were
like-
10th, I believe.
It was like with like 50 or like 80 or something like that.
Yeah, but it was showing like two, and this is broken down to actual kidnapping. It was like
800,000 a year.
right, but that's not actual kidnappings, all of them. So then that was broken down to like 200,000,
Yeah.
or when a stranger grabs you, which breaks down to like 200 a day or some shit. It's some crazy ass, or 2,000 a day or some shit like that, of
Yeah.
like a stranger. 800,000 in total. So that's like me and my baby mama having problems. I take the kid and run off to Florida.
Right.
That's a kidnapping, technically. You know what I mean? So that goes in that 800,000 mark.
Right, I got you.
But then that was broken down. If you read that statistic at the bottom, that was broken down into when a stranger abducts someone, and it's like a quarter of that, which is 200,000.
So scary.
There's only 365 days in a year, bro.
There's 200,000 a year.
It was like 2 or 20,000. One of them, like something like that, was like something crazy a day, bro. Like, it's just insane to think that. Listen, every day, right? When you turn on, let's say it's 6 a.m., you turn on the news. The first thing on there should be every fucking missing kid in the state. It should run. Hey, Cindy's still missing, age 12, been missing for 18 days. Last seen, bam. Next person. That should be the beginning of every fucking news, bro. And that should be the end of every fucking news. Why do we not care, bro? Society does not care about missing children. They don't. You know who cares? The family. That's the only people.
Yeah.
That's the only people, bro. I swear to God. It's something about society. We just go, not my kid. Watch your kid.
Yeah, and
Think about
that's the first thing people usually go to.
Think about how smart you are, right? If you wanted to take kids, Steve, how many could you get without getting caught?
I don't want to reveal my seat.
You get what I'm saying though,
Yeah,
right?
No, but
these people aren't idiots. They're not idiots. They're smart people. They develop strategies.
They plan,
Yes, bro.
Like
they get away with
they'll
it.
watch you for a month.
Yeah.
They'll watch you, and then they'll just one day you're out doing your daily routine, got your kids just wandering around. Boom, he's gone. She's gone.
That's
They're
like
gone.
honestly, it just really popped in my head, but like it's a strange argument for like GPS in your kid when they're a baby?
Yeah, like implanted.
Something small? Just real small,
Implanted.
like maybe like top of the foot or something?
Just in case.
Just in case.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. They don't let us know where it goes. You know, just do it, and you get your baby.
Yeah.
That way you can't. Yeah, that way you're like, well, I don't even know what the fuck this fucking thing is, man. You know, so you can't rip it out or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because people will get around that.
Right. You're right.
People
Because,
get around
yeah,
that.
exactly. If they always
Someone
know where
wants
it's
to take a
at.
kid, they'll find a way.
You know yeah, you're right.
Take it out.
That's right. And we just start getting like all these cases of like kids being de-skinned and shit.
Exactly. You know, he was de-chipped.
Yeah, he got de-chipped.
He's de-chipped.
It's like a de-chipped alert.
He's off the grid.
It's an Amber with a de-chip.
He's off the fucking grid. We can't find him.
That's crazy reading about Amber, what Amber Alert came from.
Yeah.
That that little girl that got stolen she never got found.
No.
And that's what Amber Alert was made after that. And that's like single-handedly credit for saving over 2 million children.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It's just like having that active response.
So it just shows you like what telling people can do. You know what I mean? Like, listen, I've always said, like, okay, of course you got those ones that are smart. You got your Ted Bundys, right?
Yeah.
But most of the time you can look at people and be like, bet he was. Bet he was a fucking child molester.
Called it.
You know, literally, bro. So all I'm saying is, like, if you had every day, like, this kid missing around this time, this is our evidence. You never know if, like, it could be your next door neighbor that you always looked at like, that dude's weird. And they're like, that's a red car. You know, was out at 1 o'clock last Saturday, and you're like, "Oh fuck, I remember that he wasn't here last Saturday."
This is what I propose. If you were to take on something like that, you need to have like a specific task force like dedicated to like missing children response.
How crazy does it sound that there's not one, Steve?
That exactly that, and you need alongside a team on TV at all times and social media and shit like that at all times.
You're absolutely right.
You know, it's
Steve,
like, why?
There's a drug team task force.
There's a dirt bike task force.
Dirt bike task force.
Where's the missing children task force?
They don't care, bro. It's weird, bro. I really don't know what it is. But like, it's not only them. Like, people don't care, dog. You know, I think about like, I got like 150 friends on Facebook. I see every time a child molester comes around, there might be 5 people that share it.
Yeah,
that's it.
And it's
most people don't care, bro.
It's so easy to
but like say
disconnect.
Like breaking news, Ja Rule died. 25 people I know would share that, bro.
Ja Rule, man,
playing all his hits today.
R&B king.
Seriously, bro. Fuck 50. All types of shit. You know what I mean? Like, it would be. It's just so funny how that works. Like people don't care that somebody at your local church. That's what I was saying. Like, I hate to offend anybody, but like, if you're just signing your kid up for some private school randomly, think it's a good idea. You should fucking like do some deep due diligence or some shit. I don't even know, bro. I don't even know if I trust it. Honestly, I don't trust private schools at this point. There, I said it. I don't trust private schools, bro. I don't trust no private schools. Too many fucking kids, bro. I'm not even joking. You know what I mean? It's not even a joke. Like, I literally would not put my kid in private school. If I'm not gonna put him in public school, I would homeschool him. I'm not giving nobody a chance to fuck my kid like that. It's way too often, bro.
Yeah, it's like at that point, like you're also like relying on someone else to like raise your kid. Type of deal, you know, it's like what?
They can hit him.
You know?
They can hit your kid.
Yeah.
Didn't Jeff say he got hit when he was on here?
Did he? Did he say that, Archbishop?
Or maybe he said he didn't get hit, but somebody else did. No, I don't think it was Archbishop. It was one before that.
I don't know. At Calvary, he went to Calvary Baptist, didn't he? No, maybe went to Fatima.
Jeff, if you want to come on the show,
you want to talk about anything, Jeff?
Something was weird. Well, you know, I know a person that was on there talking about how it was weird. You know, that he was a weird person. You know, and that's usually what happens. Of course, you might be saying it because now it's there, and then you got fucking, you know, it's in your head now, blah blah blah. Or it could be you always thought that person was weird, which is what happens a lot of times. Like, oh man, I can't put names out there, but there was a gym teacher that used to be at John Roar who I always thought was real weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, now I need another name. We'll talk about it after the show.
Yeah.
I need another name. I'm like, who?
Yeah.
I'm like, who?
And I was always like,
Can't get me.
I was like, I ain't gonna say that he's doing anything, but like, if a 13-year-old with some titties came up and grabbed him by the nuts, I think he'd be like, you know what I mean?
Big guy, thank you.
I don't.
Like, what the fuck? Yeah, I mean,
But
there was the school I went to.
I don't
There was
know.
a gym teacher who got like high school I went to, a gym teacher that got fired for like inappropriate things.
Bro,
It was like at any age, we were trying to take advantage of this,
so crazy, dog.
Yeah.
How many are there? How many are there?
Like, come on, it's like we've agreed as a society it's not all right, and then you're just like, well,
I'm starting to think it's like 5% of men.
I think it's up. I think up there. I think it's up there more, yo. I don't know, man.
You think it's higher?
Yeah, it's
that
high.
would or do or did?
That would.
If you're saying would, I'll put it like 25.
And then so if we're doing that, if we're doing did, I'd be going more like tenner. I'm gonna like a tenner,
I think 10%.
Because I'm also thinking about how many don't get solved. How like where it's like.
I guess I don't want to think about it being that high.
Where it's like I wouldn't even feel comfortable going as high as like 10 to 15.
There is a lot of like high school guys that are like fuck middle schoolers, 8th graders and shit.
Yeah.
And then, that's also the same thing. There's like
Yeah, I mean,
college people that fuck high school girls.
Yeah, exactly, bro. It's if you find 24-year-olds dating 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds all the time. It's just like, well, okay.
Yeah, but that's basically job molestation.
But
it's basically the same thing.
I mean, it's like the way I look at it's like you're taking I guess necessarily some people could misconstrue it, but you're taking I guess advantage of the vulnerability.
But it's so weird because if you turned 18 tomorrow, you can marry a 55-year-old.
Well, I think that's weird.
That's so weird.
But then again, if I'm like a 60-year-old and like let's say like my wife's died and haven't gotten some in a while, it's like, you might want to do that.
Well, if she buys it, yeah.
So yeah. So I mean, but yeah, I mean, it's definitely like I don't even necessarily agree with that. The 55 to 18 thing. It's like there's like an age range that kind of sticks to you throughout.
It feels weird, but you're like it's legal. But
then
because it's like, are you okay? Let's say you're rich, you're single. You're just gonna get 10, 18-year-olds,
I'm probably going more like 21.
Something with some, yeah. I mean, that's honest though. That's honest, like 21, right?
I'm like, I'm going,
yeah,
I'm like
21.
I don't want to go 18,
Yeah,
yeah.
No, it's weird.
Yeah, it's iffy,
And there's 18-year-olds still going to school,
and then again, like 21, 22, like you're still like a little. But again, they're older, and it's like when you're 25, 55, whatever,
Yeah, because it's always like, okay, what if you were 21 and you want to marry a 55-year-old woman that you really loved?
Yeah, double standard.
And it's like, yeah. Well, I mean, it could be a girl too,
Yeah, because they have that,
Yeah, I think
like
it happens, but then again, it's kind of like, we'll see if it stays.
Yeah, exactly.
It could be a thing where you're just like impressed. Right.
Yeah, or if she got some money, it's just like kind of like a similar thing with like a sugar baby situation going on with the 21-year-old girl. The boy is just like, well, yeah, he doesn't get it. Gotta get
Could you
money.
like work for like?
Let's
say it's like it was like.
Literally wakes up. He's like, let's get this bread. Smashes a 55-year-old woman.
This say it was like Deuce Bigelow kind of right, but like more like blacklisted of like, let's just say right, you had X amount of dollars, right? So let's say it was like, trying to get something realistic here. Say it was 30 grand.
Okay.
And all I do is give you an address and you got to show up and fuck.
Not get fucked.
Not get fucked.
Yeah,
you just got to show up and fuck. You got to make them come.
The way my bank account's set up, like this.
So that does it?
Man.
Is there something you wouldn't fuck for 30 grand?
That's what I'm saying. But then again, I feel like I'm being a cheap whore. And I feel dirty. It's just being like 30 grand will do it. I'll show up and fuck anything. You show up, it's just like,
what could it possibly be? Like, what is it? You know what I mean? Like, what's the worst possibly? Like, acneed up, obese, stinking.
Thinking is probably pretty up there.
But no matter what it is, it's like if I don't die, if I'm not getting sick, 30 grand. You know what I mean? I'm gonna hit that bitch.
I'll do something, man. I'll do something with that 30 grand, bro. Yeah.
Bro, I'm doing that 10 times. I'm gonna have 300 grand, bro.
I'm like, all right, what's behind door number 2? You got 30 more grand? You got 30,
another one.
You got 30 more G's?
He was like wiping off pussy juice. It stinks.
That's really, it smells
It
terrible.
just stinks so bad. You're like,
like
what's next?
It's like, well, I'm like, oh, I'm going for door number 2. I'm not even gonna wash. Got 30 more G's.
What about if there's like, what if there was so is there any amount? I need you to be honest with me right now. Is there any amount where it's just like you just stand there and anyone can come up into the other room, glory hole style, and just jerk you off? How much?
Oh, just jerk me off?
Yeah, so even just jerk you off.
That's pretty easy.
Is that 10 grand?
But it's also, if anything, you owe me a high price because
how's 10 grand?
Well, if anything, you owe me more because it's a hand job. Come on, bro, you owe me more. It's like, who does hand jobs anymore? It's just, you gotta pay me a convenience fee for getting a hand job.
10 grand, bro.
Yeah, jerk me off, bro. 10 grand.
Whoever comes in that room, fuck it. See, that's the thing for me, though. It's like,
you got orangutan.
I'm usually with you.
You got orangutan jerking me off.
I'm here with you. But it's like, what if you feel like it's just like an old man, dude? Just like, I mean, it could be any man, and you're gonna feel it.
We say glory hole style, so it's like,
I know, but you're gonna feel it. You're gonna be like, this is a callous hand.
Cold old man's hand.
But if it was a cold, old,
10
wrinkly
grand,
hand, bro.
10 grand. What's your price at?
It sounds weird because like I'm
grand.
establishing this. It's weird for me to
grand.
answer because I established the situation.
Exactly.
So now it sounds like I would just let an old dude jerk me off for 10 grand. You know what I mean?
But is that not what it is?
But you're supposed to not know. That's the glory hole. That's the glory of the glory hole.
Exactly.
It's supposed to be a thing, but you would know.
But what's your price?
You're just like,
not 10 grand.
Even
not
if
10 grand. What's your price then, bro?
Even if it's wrinkly, you're just like,
but
that's a woman.
10.
That's a woman.
What is it, like 15?
For an old dude to jerk me off, Steve, it's kind of like a pride
no,
thing,
I'm asking
bro.
for the chance. You're not answering. Just for the chance. That's the off chance that it is that. 10 grand not getting it done?
Well, I gotta have that law like that one that just passed with the loot boxes, bro. You know what I mean? I gotta know what the odds are of an old man, dude.
10 G's in front of you, man.
It's weird that I'm saying old man. Like, what's the odds of a man?
Let alone an old man. I think an old man a lot of times, I think you'll get him more. He'll be like,
because I mean, it's so weird because it's like it's so weird because I'd let any woman jerk me off for $500. I mean, if it was an offer, of course you don't want to go that low.
To jerk someone off, glory hole style.
Oh, dude! You just gotta jerk them off until they come, and that's it.
Yeah, of course, bro. I'm saying jerk them off.
Well, I didn't know if
jerk them off.
Are we talking about a facial here? You know what I mean?
No, I mean, if you want to make extra 5 on top of your price.
Double up.
It's like you might get a tip afterwards.
I mean, there's no proper way to answer this one. I mean, it's one of them ones where it's just like, it's bad. I want to say like enough for my family to be good forever, but then it's like, I know that's a lie. I know that's a lie, bro. People are definitely gonna think.
I would just hope no matter the price, you don't get any cum on your hand. For me to feel someone else's hot load on my hand would really fucking.
Bro, that's a no-go. That's everything just got canceled, dog. No, that's what I was saying. Like, I'm not doing nothing where like their sperm comes into touches my flesh. I just couldn't do that. It was just
million,
pride.
not million. I know what I'm saying. Now you sound like a prude. You just sound like a fucking prude over here, bro.
Bro, I just don't know, bro. Like if I could just let some stranger old man smack you with a facial, bro.
I don't know how we got this. I don't know how we got this. Dog, anyway,
it's a pride thing.
Moving away. Fuck those goddamn fucking what was his name?
Glory holes became famous because of this, though.
We didn't say his name enough. Fuck Cameron Giovanelli. You know, I just want to say that again.
Well, I don't like that you followed that up after the glory hole talk. Listen,
Why?
Listen, there's definitely the thing.
That's
is,
how we
right,
got here,
the
kind of.
thing
You know,
is, there's a number, right, that I won't say, right? That was, I mean, I can say a number, you know, because I've got enough heart to say it. But there's a number. What I'm trying to say is for everyone. Everyone has a number that they would just do that.
yeah, I'm trying to move away.
Just
from that
because
now.
you're just
Nah.
like, I'm not running from it. You know, I don't run from shit. Yeah, this is like, I like to go to psychological. You know, psychological of like,
Oh yeah, fucking.
it's just like, what you see.
I am mentally broken at that moment. You know, it's like,
yeah,
like,
exactly.
what?
That's what I'm saying. There's a certain amount of pride that goes into it where it's not about dollars, but at the same time, you're like, my family would live like gods
You can
forever.
sacrifice your pride.
You feel just so selfish
or
at that
something,
point, right?
You know.
At that point, you're just selfish,
Well,
right?
I'm sitting there. Well, at that
like
moment,
if you, like
I'm
you
sitting
said,
there,
$10 million, bro.
At that moment, I'm looking at my family. I'm like, you want me to do what for how much money for y'all? What? What? You want me to do what for y'all?
But it just seems like what financial advisor would tell you to turn that down?
What certified personal accountant's gonna sit there and be like, no, you're not gonna jerk them off for monetary gain. What? Even your lawyer's gonna advise. He's like, as your lawyer, I'd highly advise you jerk this guy off.
Yeah, even if you're like worth 10 mil, he's gonna be like, look, you double up right now.
Yeah, he's like, for one, it's like, can this be a long term arrangement?
Yeah.
Because then like you could literally work for like next to nothing.
Yeah.
That's well,
remember we talked about this before. It's like, no, bro. Remember I said before, like, no, this is a one-time thing.
Look,
if you do it twice, you're gay.
Well, look,
no, you made enough money to cash out the first time.
Argument because like.
If you blow your 10 and then you come back to that same spot,
I'm not about to argue against you.
Faces.
But
can I get another 10 mil if I jerk off that old man?
But listen, it becomes more tempting. It becomes more tempting if like you get that offer, and then someone's like, "You're thinking about this, bro. Look, if you're not gonna do it, I'll go and do it." And you're like, "Hold up now. Hold up. I didn't say no yet. I didn't say no just yet."
Well, I feel like if I had got that 10 mil, I'd just be telling everyone, like, bro, all you gotta do is just go in there 5 minutes, get 10 mil talk. I'm just selling it to you, you know? So you get a 10 mil too.
Like, is this like a multi-level marketing scheme where like,
yeah,
you know, it's like he paid you 10 mil to groom other people and he's only paying me 5 now?
Epstein's on the other side,
he's only paying me 5 now?
And you get someone for 4?
I'm thinking there's like a pyramid scheme going on where you're like, okay, you're getting paid to now sell me the $100,000 dream, but he paid you $1 million to sell it to me.
As soon as I brought it up,
come on, bro, don't fuck with this. Don't fuck me, bro.
That's weird. In other news, you know what I learned? A fucking mile of highway costs $25 million on average. Isn't that crazy?
Huh.
That's so much.
Up front or in as terms as also in long-term sustainability and maintaining it?
For them to make 25 a mile.
Fuck yeah. Fuck you.
Guess how much it is in Cali? The highest in the nation. $52 million a mile.
When I think about it, you know, because you got people who go and design like everything, you know. So,
time consuming also.
Yeah.
Takes a long time for it to build.
Well, I think that's bullshit because like,
and you got the asphalt.
You see like Japan, like, you know, that road that got broken up by an earthquake.
See things, but then you also see like massive sinkholes sometimes.
But also Japan, it got filled up in like 3 days.
Yeah, but that was a huge sinkhole.
Yeah, they got fixed in 3 days.
But it was an entire intersection that sank in, bro.
And they fixed it in 3 days.
But that's what I'm saying is like that's not like a regular sinkhole. That's like something you did. You fucked up the ground or something, bro. Right there. That's not a regular sinkhole.
Well, like, it depends where you live, really. You know, it depends on the geography of what you build upon.
When you see sinkholes happen, they usually happen on like long spans of like this goes, this goes, this goes, this goes. It's usually how it goes. If you watch
the sinkholes are usually just big. Fall in. You think about landslides or something?
No, like it'll like fall into it. Like that like collapsed on itself.
Right.
Yeah, like that was like this like that's it telling you, bro. It wasn't sinkhole style, dog. Like a sinkhole, like it'll keep breaking. Like it'll keep breaking at the edge. You get what I'm saying? Like that thing just had like a specific spot.
Not unless there's, you know, it reaches a point where it has solid ground where it isn't eroded.
Oh well, of course, if it can't move no more. But I feel like it. But like what I'm saying is, I feel like a sinkhole can run. Like you got a sinkhole and then it goes. Like with that, it was like a certain spot.
Sinkholes can't. No, as long sinkholes happen when the earth below is like eroded to a point where it can't support what's above it.
Right.
So, but that's what I'm saying. But like a sinkhole can only go as far as that occurrence.
But you can have weaker ground next to it, right? So you remember like the
not
one
necessarily.
You remember the one in Baltimore?
Not necessarily.
You remember the one in Baltimore?
Yeah.
That one kept going, dog. It started with 2 cars. The 2 cars slowly fell in, and that led to it to keep going for the rest of it to keep falling. And it was almost like a pillar of dominoes.
Until it reached the point where that wasn't the case. That's what I'm saying.
And I agree, Steve. But you see how it was like a process, though? Yeah. With that, when you watch how that was,
but it literally also just happened.
That was like a perfect cut out section. It was like it's just the intersection. Everything coming up the intersection perfectly fine.
Regardless of the circumstances behind it.
They built it fast. They built it fast. But it seems like they did something wrong there. Like they didn't perfectly repack that ground when they built that area or something. You know what I mean? Like that was too perfect of a design. Like it was too perfect.
Cool. Okay. I got you. Whatever. Regardless, when it comes to people in like America, where you see like 695 getting worked on for 5 years, 895 project 5 years. Well, of course now it turns into 25 million because now this mile is taking 3 months to build.
Yeah, I mean for sure. I mean you got workers, you got asphalt, you got construction, construction vehicles.
I think that could be improved
for sure.
So
railroads period seem kind of dumb.
Huh?
Railroads highways period seem kind of dumb.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, like
it seems like we just have them. It seems like we just shouldn't have highways no more, though. You should have like bikes and then planes. And, like you just bike places, or you still have public transportation, right? You still have like a subway or something, like a bus, right? And you try and go hybrid or whatever with those, but mainly you have a bike, public transportation, and then you just fly if you want to go somewhere far.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like fly to Philadelphia.
Maybe you could take but you could take a train there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true. Or
apparently, just drive there. Apparently you take a train from DC to downtown New York, 3.5 hours.
Yeah, yep.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's like a while ago. I was.
How does that even get there? What's it go across? How does it go across the water? I mean, they built it over top the water.
Well, what I think what they've done before is like they build a railroad and also like a transport railroad along when they build bridges, so they kind of knock it out all in the same go. Or it's like, we're gonna build a bridge. We're also gonna build this railroad.
I've never been to New York. Have you?
No.
I thought you did you cross a big bridge to get there?
I think they get like a certain part of New York
to get to downtown Baltimore.
New York expands,
right, but to get to like downtown New York, I thought you had to cross a bridge when you're coming from Baltimore.
Yeah, it's like a standalone island, It's like a standalone island type thing.
So that's what I'm saying. We built all the way across that for a fucking
you built a tunnel, because I mean, like they also have a subway line that runs under like a bridge that goes to like the other side.
I hate tunnels, bro.
So
I fucking hate tunnels.
I always thought they were kind of cool.
No, I feel so vulnerable. I always feel safer on the bridge. Like people are scared of bridges. I'm like, what? Dog, on a bridge, bro? I mean, of course, I like to feel like I'm a superhero, but I feel like I got a good chance of figuring something out.
There was a long period of time where the Chesapeake Bay Bridge was very sketchy.
Still is, bro. Remember, bro, a fucking 18-wheeler got blown off it.
Yeah.
An 18-wheeler got blown off that bridge.
Lived.
He died, dog.
There was another one where got lived.
The 18-wheeler that got blown off of our bridge died.
There's a couple that get blown off, though.
Wow. That's insane.
Yeah.
Bro. But regardless, like I always felt like on a bridge, like, all right, let's say the bridge collapsed and like you got a lot of chance, not a lot of chance, but you got some chances of survival,
Right.
There's a chance you could land in the car and then figure it out, hopefully. There's a chance you could get out of the car before you land, hit the ground, and be able to live that. That's another thing that happens.
Yep.
There's a chance that you could get out your car and run as the bridge is falling apart or something like that. Like, oh, it's falling right there. Bam, I'm going this way.
I'm going.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of things. Or like, it'd be awesome to straight up movie style scene. Like it's slowly deteriorated in the middle and like you're too close and like cars are behind you. You're like, I can't stop it now. You floor it and you just go over that jump and then it just collapses. No one ever believes you.
Like, bro, I'm telling you, I fucking jumped.
But like with a tunnel, you wouldn't even hear the water coming. You know what I mean? You're just in there listening to your radio, and next thing you know, you would be succumbed by water.
Well, if at
Like,
any point,
people are-
if at any point the tunnel collapsed, like the rest of the tunnel's collapsing too. So
Well,
next thing you know, you're just
That's what I was saying, because I was just about to say that, because people are delusional when they're like,
break.
can you imagine seeing a crack? Bro, you're not going to see a crack, dog. If there's a crack, you're dead.
Exactly.
If you see a crack, if you see water leaking through, bro,
pressure, boom,
you're about to die.
Those rocks are literally gonna crush you, as like everything collapses in on itself.
I don't know if you know, it's a pretty crazy thing about those tunnels is they have like, it's like 5 to 10 feet of concrete around each one, because ships, you know, when they come in, they're not perfect all the time. And sometimes they're fucking come close as shit. So they had to make sure that the tunnel couldn't get clipped, dog. So if like when they go down there and look at that, there's just chips of that concrete missing, bro. At any given time. Just think about this, bro. Listen, even if it isn't hitting, right? Even if it isn't hitting the tunnel, just think about this. There's times when you're going through that tunnel that a big ass cargo ship is over top of you. Just think about it. You can see it from like outside in the water. You know what I mean? Where like the tunnel would be clear. And you could like just like get a view of that. And there's this big ass cargo ship like with this much room. And you're just like flying to work.
Oh my god. What the fuck?
Keep thinking about it. Stop those goddamn fucking tolls. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We're coming back. Sorry we've been gone for so long.
Live it, love it, like it, and share it. I don't know.
Oh, something different.
I know where I came from.
Stop taxing us on the tolls.
Yeah, come on, fuck you. We
They
hate
make
it.
the laws.
We hate it. Thank y'all for tuning in. We appreciate it. Y'all have a good night.
Pamela Anderson's a whore.
Yeah, fuck 'em, man.